kick a hole in the speaker, unpull the plug, then I jet back to the lab like they did again. The hooligans are taking over. Look at the new slogan, keep on making me hot, and soon the roof's open. The proof is in the potion, the juices are flowing. It's all good when we toasting like 2 cups of Moet. We can take a cruise to the ocean. You can sleep but you'll lose if you snooze. Then I step out the jam. I have to make a move like hooligans stand tall. They stand tall. They stand tall. Hooligans stand tall. They stand tall. They stand tall. We stand tall like a bunch of hooligans, and we came here to win. Gotta make the people understand. We came here to win, and we stand tall. I have to make a move like come on, 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 come on. Hooligans stand tall. They stand tall. They stand tall. Hooligans stand tall. They stand tall. They stand tall. So here's a show for all you innocent bystanders. I'm in a jam like Fred Sanford, while you act like Pamela Anderson. They hit you with the 1-2, and we can make you jump.
What is up, hooligans, and happy freedom. Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Hooligans, where we try to make the news suck a little less. Ooh, that's a crispy goat scream right there. We finally got the batteries for Mac the Goat. Either way, I appreciate all of you guys being here. We're going to read through the schedule really quick, and then we will be checking on all the chats. So let me know how you hooligans are doing today. Then, of course, we'll be getting everything started. We are using Rumble Studio for the first time right now. I'm sitting here with customer service over on Streamlabs trying to figure out why nothing's been working. We got to figure it out. So we'll see how it goes. Hoping for a good stream using Rumble Studio. Either way, like I was saying, let's get into the schedule here. We'll be starting off with a video titled Paramount CBS Settle Lawsuit with President Trump, awarding him millions of doll hairs, which is good stuff. Then we got a video titled California Cancels July 4th Events After ICE Raid, saying they're canceling patriotism. I've seen a lot of this on X today. I've been sharing it and talking shit about these lefties and all that stuff as we do. Then we got a video titled UPenn to ban shape-shifting athletes from women's sports, revoking Leah Thomas's titles. This is a win for female sports. Then we got a video titled Pete Hegseth smoking Representative Sarah Jacobs. I've never heard of Sarah Jacobs, but she's an idiot. Then we got a video titled People Will Die Because of the Big Beautiful Bill, says Representative Sarah McBride. That's really Tim McBride pretending to be a female. Then we got a video titled, oh man, we got a propaganda piece here. It's titled Fact Check Medicaid Cuts for Border Crossers and Trump's Big Beautiful Bill. They're trying to claim that the border crossers do not get Medicaid. I went and found the truth about that. They do get Medicaid, and Medicaid is a joint effort between federal government and state government. And so we're going to watch them lie to us, and then we're going to prove that they're lying. That's what we're going to do here. Then we got our midlife break. Now this time, instead of it being a funny video, we got a feel-good video, and it's titled Birthday Baseball. Then we'll be getting back in the news with a video titled Chinese National, it should be Chinese Nationals because it's two people, but either way, Chinese National allegedly spied on USS Lincoln. Got some Chinese spies here. Then we got follow-up video. It's titled Peter Ducey. This is how Alligator Alcatraz will work. This is giving us some details on Alligator Alcatraz. They're saying the first... what do you want to call it? The first border crossers will be there later today to check out the new facility against their will, but that's okay. Then we got a video titled Sean Diddy Combs convicted of 2 prostitution charges and cleared of sex trafficking. I told you guys that was going to happen. I told you that's what was going to happen, and here we are covering it. Then, of course, we'll be wrapping up the news with lefties losing it. This one's titled History Making. CNN declares Trump the most popular Republican president ever. President Trump is the most famous person ever. Then we'll be getting into the fun stuff. We will be opening today's door of the Advent calendar sent to us by Zero. And we got our 2 funny videos of the day. First one's titled Trump Giving Illegals the Hard Truth. And then our official funny video of the day was provided by Kodiak, and it's titled Damn Assault Squirrels. All of that's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see how you hooligans are doing today. Snooks, Kick isn't running. I wonder what happened to Kick, because it was running. It was running, walking, crawling. It was doing something. Now I can't get it to do shit. Did Rumble Studio break it? I can't even click the play button. Did Kick itself just kick the button or what? Kick the button. Kick the button. Yeah, that's right. That's cute. Let me see. Let's check on things. Like I said, this is our first time running Rumble Studio. We'll see how it goes. Let's make sure everything's live before we get into this. I don't know what's wrong with Kick. It just isn't doing anything. And the play button doesn't work. Is Kick just fucking broken? Because it was working. It says we're working. Meta, it's Trump's fault. I don't know. I think Kick is just fucking broken. I don't know that this actually has anything to do with us. Let me see. Are we good over on Rumble? Because that matters the most. Yes. I don't know. Whatever's whatever. I don't know what to say about Kick. I don't know why it's like that. Meta's gonna have to watch somewhere else because that's kind of the only person that watches on Kick. I don't know. I don't know how to do that. Let me pull up the studio really quick. Do. It says Kick is recovering. What happens if I turn it off and then I turn it back on? Then what happens? I don't know. We'll see what happens. Either way, let's say our hellos and then move forward. What is up, everyone over on jeffmaclive.com? What's up, Zero? What's up, Russell? What's up, Matt Rogers? Happy freedom to you, hooligans. What's up, Hair Juicer? What's up, Snooks? And what's up, GuessMJ? Happy freedom to you, hooligans. And what is up, everyone over on Rumble? Oh, I can't see the top of the chat, but I'm pretty sure Glamour was first today. Appreciate you racing the chat, Glamour. What's up, Kevin? What's up, Kirk Allen? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Troutman? What's up, Let's Go, Brandon? Happy freedom to you, hooligans. What's up, H Big? What's up, Tony Riz? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Kevin? What's up, Elisa? What's up, Puff and Stuff? Happy freedom. Let's see. What's up, Relax? Appreciate you being with us. Let's see. Crickis Jeff has a new summer due. Oh, yeah. I'm more aerodynamic right now. I actually feel a lot better. I didn't have that much hair, but for some reason it was like killing me. What's up, Spicy K? Happy freedom to you. Oh, well, thank you, Glamour. Thank you for the compliment. What's up, Pumpkin? Happy freedom to you. Yep, Klaus Daniels, he's joining us today, of course. Do. What's up, Roy? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Ghostly? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Free the Texan? Happy freedom. Present. Let's see. Free the Texan sounds like bro needs to bring his ass to Rumble. Yeah, that's what I keep saying. They say their device can't handle Rumble. I don't know. We'll see. Glamour. RIP whoever was first. Somebody will let me know. Ghostly, you were first? Well, I'm sorry, Ghostly. Didn't mean to do you like that. Yeah, Snooks, Ghostly was first. Okay. You Ghostly was first. I was wrong. My bad. I'm blaming Trump for that. It's Trump's fault. Let's see. Meta. Can't see anything. I don't know. Kick is just broken right now. I will do it different next time. It seems like anytime I synchronize with Kick, it takes a shit. Instead, I will have to do a custom RTMP. So I will write a note really quick. Okay, custom Martin P for kick, cause kick sucks. I will try to remember that tomorrow when we go live again. And what is up, everyone over on Twitch? What's up, Southern Eagleman? Happy freedom to you. Matt Rogers, you're omnipresent. Appreciate you. What's up, Tony Rich? Happy freedom. What's up, Crazy Times? Happy freedom to you. Thank you for joining us. And what is up, everyone over on Communism platform? Matt Rogers, you were first over here. Holy. What's up, Greg? Russell, you're omnipresent as well. Appreciate you. What's up, Tube Steak? Happy freedom. What's up, Meme Merchant? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Darth? Happy freedom. What's up, Jim? What's up, Bullseye? What's up, Toy Mafia? Happy freedom. What's up, MW? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Kelly? What's up, Steve S? Happy freedom. What's up, Vinny C? What's up, Proud Ankle? Appreciate you guys being with us. Let me see. Magic Moon, you're omnipresent. Appreciate you. I think we got everybody. You guys are chatting it up over here. Abe, happy freedom, Abe. It's a serious haircut. It's the only haircut I can have. Have you seen my hair? It's this or homeless. That's the only way I can look. I can look like this or I can look homeless. So I decided to change my appearance. What's up, High Plains Drifter? Happy freedom to you hooligans. Welcome. Hit that like button over on the commie platform as well. And what is up, everyone over on X? Let's make sure this is still running since everything's being goofy today. It seems like it's running. I don't know. Whatever's whatever. Let's go ahead and get into things. Like I said, we're going to be starting this first video here. Paramount CBS settled lawsuit with President Trump, awarding him millions of doll hairs. They're always talking that shit, and then they got to pay up. It's just how it goes. Come on, GoofTube, with the bullshit here. See, I ain't got no notes on this. Either way, before we get into things, I want to remind you, hooligans, that we have these Hooligan Strong t-shirts. Now, this design was created by Alistair, and Alistair is a badass in just about everything he does. So I will be posting his link in all of the chats for you hooligans to have the opportunity to hire him for your creative needs, because if you think it, he can create it. Now, this design does come in shirts for men, shirts for women, tank tops for men, tank tops for women, pullover hoodies, zipper hoodies, coffee mugs, dog tags, and we even made steel tumblers in this design. Today I got on the Plain Jane Jeff Mac t-shirt. We got lots of items and lots of designs over in the merch store. I'll be dropping all the links in the chats while we watch this first video.
Diddy was forced to cut $10 million from its police and fire department.
All right, everyone, we will get you back out to President Trump from earlier today, but we do have some breaking news that we want to bring to you concerning President Trump. We are learning that Paramount and CBS have settled a lawsuit that was brought by President Trump. So we want to bring this to your attention here on Live Now from Fox. This is just breaking within the last couple of minutes. Paramount Global and CBS have agreed today to pay President Donald Trump a sum that could reach north of $30 million to settle the president's election interference lawsuit against the network. President Trump will receive $16 million up front. This will cover legal fees, cost of the case, and contributions to his library or charitable causes to be determined at Trump's discretion. There is an expectation that there will be another allocation in the mid-8 figures set aside for advertisements, public service announcements, or other similar transmissions in support of conservative causes by the network, Fox News Digital has learned. Sources close to the situation told Fox News Digital that CBS has agreed to update its editorial standards to install a mandatory new rule. Going forward, the network will promptly release full unedited transcripts of future presidential candidates' interviews. People involved in the settlement talks have referred to this as the Trump rule. Trump was seeking $20 billion in his lawsuit against CBS over its handling of a 60 Minutes interview last year with then Vice President Kamala Harris, accusing the network of election interference leading up to the 2024 contest. CBS is not acknowledging any journalistic wrongdoing with the settlement. The lawsuit alleged CBS News deceitfully edited an exchange Harris had with 60 Minutes correspondent Bill Whitaker, who asked her why Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu wasn't listening to the Biden administration. Harris was widely mocked for the word salad answer that aired in a preview clip of the interview on CBS Face the Nation. However, when the same question aired during a primetime special on the network, Harris had a different, more concise response. Critics at the time accused CBS News of deceitfully editing Harris's word salad answer to shield the Democratic nominee from further backlash leading up to Election Day. The raw transcript and footage released earlier this year by the FCC showed that both sets of Harris's comments came from the same response, but CBS News had aired only the first half of her response in the Face the Nation preview clip and aired the second half during the primetime special. CBS News had long denied any wrongdoing and stood by the broadcast and its reporting. Paramount and Trump's legal team had agreed to a mediation designed to help the sides reach a settlement. It was widely believed that Paramount Global controlling shareholder Sherry Redstone wanted to settle the suit ahead of a planned multi-billion-dollar merger with Skydance Media in hopes of preventing potential retribution by Trump's FCC, which has the authority to halt the transaction. President Trump confidently declared the case against CBS a winner back in April. They cheated and defrauded the American people at levels never seen before in the political arena. Kamala Harris, during early voting and immediately before Election Day, was asked a question and gave an answer that was so bad and incompetent that it would have cost her many of the votes that she ended up getting. President Trump posted on Truth Social ahead of that in-demand meeting, going on to accuse the news magazine of perpetrating a fraud on the American people. President Trump's attorneys amended their lawsuit to include multiple excerpts from the unedited transcript in hopes of bolstering their case that CBS News withheld unflattering exchanges in order to help the Democratic nominee. CBS News president and CEO Wendy McMahon, who is believed to have been against settling with President Trump, announced back on May 19th that she was stepping down in another stunning move for the embattled company. ABC also settled a defamation lawsuit back in December with then-President-elect Trump for $15 million after their anchor, George Stephanopoulos, repeatedly and incorrectly asserted that President Trump had been found liable for rape in a civil trial last year. So we wanted to break that down to you right here on Live Now from Fox. Again, Paramount, CBS, settling the lawsuit with President Trump. We will be back with much more on Live Now from Fox in moments.
Okay, win for President Trump there. Like I said, they're always talking shit. Now it's time to pay up. Let's see where we are on the schedule here. They're talking about giving him $16 million up front and then giving him $30 million in total, more than $30 million in total. We'll see how it goes. Over the 60 Minutes interview with Hyena Harris, where they edited it. Yeah, they edited the video, misrepresenting the interview, and then Trump claimed it was election interference. Of course, all the Democrats cried really hard. Well, now it's time for the news to pay up. I guess it was election interference. Either way, next up we got California cancels July 4 events after ICE raid, saying they're canceling patriotism. These people are fucking idiots. This is all over the internet right now. They're all like laughing and giggling in their own filth, and they're like, yay, we're canceling the 4th. Okay, if you don't like fireworks, then good. It doesn't really make a difference, but whatever's whatever. Before we get into that nonsense, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about President Trump winning this lawsuit. Zero Legacy Media is failing. Absolutely. Russell, well, Harris is a moron. She is. They had to pay President Trump because he was right. I mean, it's certified at this point. Let's see. Guess what's up with the hair? Supercuts having a sale? No, that's just too hot. It was just too hot. Had to shave my noggin yesterday. Staying up late. We're live over on Locals for the first time. There's no one over there, but it's there just in case people want to chat or whatever. What's up, Salty Ragu? Happy freedom to you. Free the Texan. Fucking tards. I know. This isn't the first time he's won a lawsuit against these news companies and stuff, so, keep this winning going, I suppose. What's up, MU? Happy freedom to you. Cricket Kiss. Ghostly, it's your birthday today. Happy birthday to you, Ghostly. I hope today kicks ass for you. Thank you for sharing your birthday with us. So badass. So Bill Clay, happy freedom to you. Everybody say happy birthday to Ghostly. So I like money. I know, I like money too. I don't have any, but I like it. Kind of like hoo-ha. Never mind. What's up, Lisa? Happy freedom to you. Lisa with the happy birthday all the way from Twitch. What's up, TBD? Happy freedom. MW, dang, I lost my crown. Is that what you guys are doing over here on the GoofTube? I still haven't figured out what the crown deal is. I gotta look into it. I forgot to read about it yesterday. Nick, remember the lockdown days where they tried to ban fireworks on the 4th? And then you see aerial view of entire blocks firing them off? Yeah. I don't know if they'll ever try and lock us down again. I think people are waiting for it, but the resistance would be so bad. I don't think they'd ever try that again. Not with our generation. They'll wait till we're like really, really old people, and then they'll do it again. What's up, Corey Luca? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Robert? Happy freedom to you. Corey Luca. It's the second day of the Battle of the Gettysburg. 50 to 55,000 Americans died during it. Iced earth. Hold at all cost is the story of the 2nd of July. I didn't know. Thank you for letting me know, Corey Luca. Guess they're over on the Rumble. What's up, Camo? Happy freedom to you. Camo, seems like the names changed for a few days ago and reverted back, at least for me. Maybe they changed the username thing that they did a year or two ago. They made everybody pick a username. Roberto, is your song intro? Wait. Oh, the intro song. Let me look for it really quick because I didn't make it, but a hooligan did. Of course, I want to give them credit. It's Charlie D'Angelo. I'm going to drop this link in the chat so you can go check it out. And go follow them because they're awesome. What's up, Andrew? Happy freedom to you. Bullseye, 100% election interference. Absolutely. I don't know if our X is still running. We'll see. We'll see. What's up, my feed? Happy freedom. What's up, Sage Pup? Happy freedom to you. Totally Care firework warehouse explode in Cali. Yeah, it's not on the schedule. It's just, I don't know, action to look at. But from what I saw, they don't really have a lot of details on it yet. Maybe there's new stuff out now. I'll look into it tomorrow. Maybe we'll add something to schedule. Fireworks factory in Cali. Alright, hooligans, we're going to move forward here. Like I said, this next video is California cancels July 4th events after ICE raids. They're canceling patriotism. Not really, they're just a bunch of idiots. And those that live in these blue areas are there to suffer. It is what it is, I don't know. Stop putting up with their bullshit. That's all I could suggest. Either way, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube. And let's get into this.
Meantime, several SoCal communities are canceling and postponing July 4th celebrations following immigration raids throughout the region. Some officials saying it's being done in an abundance of caution for the safety of residents. Others saying that people in their communities are just not in the mood to celebrate America. Former Democrat leader of the California State Senate, Gloria Romero, joins me now. Gloria, what's your reaction to these Democrat cities cutting off their nose to spite their face?
Well, that's exactly what they're doing. And they're basically canceling America. They're canceling patriotism. I mean, the recent Gallup poll that showed that Democrats, only 36%, basically say they're proud to be an American. What we are seeing in LA County, and there's 10 million of us in LA County, we are basically led by a far left, ultra woke, TDS suffering, fools. And but quite frankly, they are not going to quash our patriotism and joy for this 4th of July. It won't work.
And that doesn't reflect what the electorate really does think. Because, Gloria, 56% of voters actually support deporting illegal immigrants. So I turn this question around, Gloria, for you. What about the immigrants who came here legally, who live in these communities? Why do they get deprived of celebrating a nation that they worked so hard to become a citizen of?
Well, that's exactly it. I mean, the 4th of July is a national celebration. You know, for the so-called party of democracy and in the quest for unity that the Democrats claim, what they have done is basically to divide us and to tell us that we cannot celebrate our heritage, our history, who we are, irrespective of what nationality we may be, whether we were born here or we immigrated here legally or even illegally. The 4th of July represents the American dream. It's a day of joy and festivity. And there's only a handful of them. Imagine, out of a county of 10 million, basically saying no fireworks for you, no joy for you, you are canceled. But as was the case 5 years ago when COVID was first initiated and the governor of California tried to suppress the joy on 4th of July by saying you will not have fireworks, all you have to do is take a look at footage, because all it means is that people, right or wrong, good or bad, they will come out and basically purchase and set off their own fireworks. And that actually contributes more to potential brush fires and things like that. So it was the wrong approach. It was a mean-spirited, it's anti-American. And for the so-called party of joy, this is hardly anything but. The people won't obey them.
Sorry, and to that point, people setting off their own fireworks leads to injuries, which is the safety part of what these people are talking about. Quickly, before we let you go, a new DHS report shows assaults on ICE officers up nearly 700% from last year. How responsible is the anti-ICE rhetoric coming from these communities canceling their 4th of July celebrations when you hear about these assaults on ICE? How responsible are these communities for that?
Completely irresponsible. You know, words matter and words lead to action. This is bullying. This is harassment. This is intimidation. The mayor of our city in Los Angeles has called for the ICE troops to go home, for the National Guard to go home. Well, this is home. This is America. It's so disrespectful and dishonest. That horrific app that basically is encouraging residents to go on and to report sightings so that they can be interfered with. The vice mayor of one of our cities in the county calling upon vicious, violent gang members to basically speak. Yeah, exactly. This is what we face in LA County. But I will tell you, Todd, that those leaders are not reflective and really are not the leaders of the people in LA County. We won't stand for it. We support law and order. Right. We welcome our troops, National Guard, ICE, and others.
Understood.
And we are going to celebrate the 4th.
Gloria Romero, we celebrate you. Thanks for your time. We appreciate it.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian.
Okay. Like I said, these people are just hurting themselves. You don't want to have, celebration over Independence Day, then that's your choice. But you're not stopping anything. You're not stopping anything at all. You're just making the day suck for everybody. In a certain way, everybody's still going to cook out. They're going to do their own fireworks. They're going to have their own parties and stuff. I mean, that's the day where you get sunburnt and drunk at the same damn time. And liberals going out there and canceling events isn't going to change that. It just means you need to stick that freedom in their face even further. That's really it. Let them know that they can't dull your shine. Next up, UPenn to ban shape-shifting athletes from female sports, revoking Leah Thomas's title. I always hear about them talking about Leah Thomas, but I couldn't figure out what their name was. I went and Googled it. Their real name is William. I'm tired of these dudes pretending to be girls. That shit is stupid. Either way, it's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about California canceling Independence Day. California sounds like a shithole. It needs reform big time. Russell, my lib brother went to the No Kings protest in Denver. I'm sorry to hear that, Russell. Zero, stuff that explodes is dangerous? No kidding. I know. Breaking news. Matt Rogers stopped by the racetrack this morning. Firework company dropped off about a dozen pallets of mortar. Show's going to be huge. That's badass, Matt Rogers. Hope you guys have a good time. Russell, Trump's very popular. He is. The Dems are a party of misery. You are not wrong. Those people are mad just for the sake of being mad. Guess I'm not like celebrating independence by forbidding people from celebrating. Yeah, exactly. California. What's up, Plastic Quack? Happy freedom to you. Shroomish, it is a shithole here. I'm sorry, Shroomish. Happy freedom to you. Told to care, like Schwarzenegger said. You don't go to somebody's house and shit on their floor. I mean, depends who you are. Lefties do that all the damn time. Sage Pup, we had several ice raids last night, and today here in Santa Barbara area. It's badass, Sage Pup. Gotta get those illegals out of here. What's up, Cat Dog? Happy freedom to you. Hope you're having a badass day today. I was testing the stream last night on Jeff Mac Gaming. It was like the first time we've been live on that channel in like a year. Maybe it's longer than that. I want to get back into gaming. I just need time. Turbo joined me over there. We were just hanging out, listening to music. What's up, Winston? Happy freedom. The lefties are trying to cover up the fact that No Kings 5051 is dead. They had major anti-4th of July protest plan, now canceled. They might still do it. I was wondering that too. I hope it's not that damn active on the 4th, because I would like to go watch the fireworks. And we're going to go live, and we're going to make it a good time, and we got the voice chat, but I'd like to go watch the fireworks. I don't want to, I mean, yeah, I could watch fireworks and come back and cover people pissing in the streets and stuff. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But I want to watch the damn fireworks. Thank you, Meta. Appreciate the compliment. Have you ever grown a mustache? I did like 2 years ago on my birthday. You guys remember that? And I was looking, I don't know. It's looking kind of rough. I kind of had that porno stash going. I don't know. It wasn't fitting well, so I cut it. What's up, Magic Moon? Happy freedom to you. At least you live in the country. I don't really live in the country, but I live out of town. What's up, Master Voltaire? Happy freedom. Who is that, Master Voltaire? Lisa, you guys been firing off mortars? That's awesome. Lisa, 70s porn star? It was. Let me see if I can find it. I'm trying to think where to even look. Birthday shenanigans. I'm trying to think. Oh, I know I posted a picture on Instagram, but I don't think I'm signed into that bullshit because I don't use that anymore. It's for pedos. Let's see what we can find. / the great Jeff Mac. Yeah, here we go. Is it not gonna let me? I can't see it because I'm not logged in. Instagram is so gay. Anyways, there I is on the left, right there with my mustache. Looking like everybody's getting grounded. I was actually at Taco Bell. You can see the Diablo packets all over the table. I was establishing territory before my food was ready. Either way, it was my birthday. Yes. Anyways, moving forward, we'll get back into the news. Into the nudes. What's up, Dan? Happy freedom to you. Russell, I'm not gonna say that out loud. I want you to have a fantastic Independence Day. End of chat. Did we just lose our live over on locals? Yeah, our live just kicked the bucket on locals. I don't know what to think about that. Trump did it. Hair juicer. Going to a huge display out in the sticks. People come from hours away. That's awesome, hair juicer. You're gonna have to post some videos. What's up, Space Baby? Happy freedom. Glamours. It's actually not bad. What's not bad? Bill Clay, with all the Diablo sauce, it must have been bad night for you. No, that Diablo sauce is nothing. That is nothing. It's in my DNA at this point. Schumer's Taco Bell totally the best fast food place? No, Culver's is. Culver's is the best fast food place. I love going to Culver's. That's the only place where I can go and I can eat until I'm full and I don't feel like death afterwards. Taco Bell's good. I like Taco Bell, but Culver's, I don't know. I don't know what tops Culver's. Bill Clay, you built up an immunity. Yeah. Let's go, Brandon. It's effing stupid. I have the Friday off, but I have to work Saturday. Can't even watch the fireworks because I have to go to bed and wake up at 4 a.m. Yeah, let's go, Brandon. When I worked at the factory, I used to have to get up at 4 a.m. and we had to be there by like 4:45 because we had to do stretches on the clock and whatever. But I remember going and watching the fireworks and just being dead the next day. Depends what your job is, really, if that's worthwhile. Space Baby, federal judge ordered the cancellation of locals. Yeah, see that I figured something like that happened. Oh well, I don't really know how to test locals. I don't know what happened to it. I don't know why it died. It did though. That's okay. Hair juicer got your card stolen. What are you talking about? On using, well, we'll talk about that later. Write me, hair juicer, so we don't have to talk about it in front of everybody. Meta, you think my stash was sexy? Well, thank you. Thank you, Meta. Because I felt the only good thing about having a mustache is people take you fucking serious. You walk up and you start saying shit to people, people take you serious. And I don't know why that is, but I was definitely treated differently when I had a mustache. But people would also say not nice things to me on the live, right? Like say your mouth looks like a butthole with teeth, you know, stuff like that. It's not good. You don't want people saying that stuff to you. I don't know. Maybe I'll try it again. We'll see. I can't grow a beard though. Like I've never shaved this part of my face. It just don't grow hair. I don't know. They gave all my hair to Klaus. It's the way it is. Guess who? Just about them cheese curds life. No, I can't eat those cheese curds. That shit is disgusting. No, I get a double Culver's Deluxe. Double Culver's Bacon Deluxe with no tomato. Basket. Make it a large. Get that Dr. Pepper. I'm trying to think what they got. Tapatio. I think they got Tapatio sauce there. Dunk your french fries in. That's usually what I get. Lisa, get up at 2 this time of year? Holy. You mean 2 in the afternoon? Because I don't even go to bed till like 4 a.m. Get up at 2. What's there to do at 2? What's up, Energy Woman? Happy Freedom. Why are you guys all saying intolerant? What was I saying? What was my tattoo say? Dude. Steve S., I think people with mustaches subconsciously have something to hide. I don't know. I don't know what I was doing. I was trying to look like an adult, but it just wasn't working. Showing up, it's like, did you order this pizza? It's like, have you ever seen a movie like this? Robert. Never mind. I don't know what you're talking about. It's a badass American. Happy freedom to you, and welcome back to the live. I had a is it Geraldo Riviera mustache for a few years. Let me see what this looks like. I want to feel a little less terrible about the way my face was looking a couple years ago. Oh, but see, that's styling though. Let's get this pulled up. Look at this guy styling. See, if my mustache looked like that, I would have curled it up on the ends. And that was the other thing, is on this side it curls downward, and on this side it curls upward. I look like Two-Face when I got the mustache. That's styling. I don't know what the hell I was doing. I don't know. Steve asked, the more they have to hide, the bigger the beard. Is that how it works? I will remember that. I got a couple buddies that got beards. I'm like treating them suspicious. What's up, Tim Mack? Happy freedom to you. Reading through, we're getting back into the news here. I don't know if our ex is dead or not. Russell, never been to Culver's? You wake up at 5? What do you do at 5, Russell? What is there to do at 5? Troutman, Geraldo is the only one that could pull that off. I believe it. Relax. The piece of shit stash? That guy? Who is that guy known for? It must not be his mustache. Happy freedom to you. Relax. Energy Woman, thank you for joining us over here on Rumble. Pumpkin, you look fine as you are. Well, thank you, Pumpkin. Space Baby, Culver's is good, but a little expensive, though. It is expensive. It's like $20 for me to eat by myself. Ghostly, don't go near schools with that thing on your face. You stop that. You stop that. You Hooligans are cracking me up today. Rappy, we have a Culver's here on the other side of town. Don't think I've had that yet. Their food is pretty good. Even their ice cream is good, and I don't even like ice cream. I don't think it's regular ice cream, though. It's like custard or something. I don't know, but it's good. It doesn't bother my stomach or anything like that. Zero, drink coffee and watch news. I mean, you know, it's a lifestyle. Russ, oh, you're going to work at 5 a.m.? Yeah, I suppose that's a thing to do. Meta, I wonder when or if ICE will show up in Orange County grabbing illegals. Well, we can look into it. What's up, Killer J? Happy freedom to you. Only pedophiles grow mustaches. All right. We're establishing standards here. What is this? Tuesday, grow it back. Get your stage name ready. Jeff Mac Daddy. It's been that way. That's my performing name. Either way, moving forward here, like I said, UPenn to ban shape-shifting athletes from women's sports and revoking Leah Thomas's titles. This is good stuff. Now, before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you would like to participate in Free Speech Saturday, make sure you post all of your memes over on Discord or on jeffmaclive.com. Just hop in the group chats on either platform. You'll see the tabs labeled memes. Drop what you got and we'll shout you out, as we're making Saturdays more fun. Let's get this pulled up here. Come on, do the thing. There we go. Once again, this is UPenn to ban shape-shifting athletes from women's sports and revoking Leah Thomas's, that's William Thomas's titles there. Hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommiTube, and let's get into this.
A big victory for women's sports as UPenn agrees to follow President Trump's mandate and ban transgender women from female sports teams. The Ivy League school will also revoke trans swimmer Leah Thomas of her titles. And all female athletes displaced by Thomas will be reinstated and get a written apology from the school. Thomas's former teammates, we have Margot Kaczorowski. We also have Ellen Holmquist. They've both filed a lawsuit against the university earlier this year, and they're also joined by their attorney, Bill Bott. Good morning to all of you.
Morning.
Good morning. Good morning. All right, Margot, I'll start with you because you were in two of the same events as Leah Thomas. You were denied your win because Leah was competing, your recognition. So how does this new news affect you?
Yeah, so I try to think about it more on like a broader scale because I'm really not doing this for myself or anything. What I went through was hard enough, but really I'm doing this for the future generation of girls to go through the program, to go through D1 athletics, and I really want just what's best for them. So I would like for women's rights to be upheld to the utmost standard and for those titles and records to come down.
Is this enough for you, what they did?
It's a good starting point, and I'm really grateful for the Trump administration and what they are doing to protect women, but there's so much more to go. They wouldn't be doing this without the federal government forcing them. So I think we have a long way to go to make sure that women's rights are upheld and policies are in place to ensure the verification process that it's only females in women's sports.
Okay. Now, Ellen, you were left off the 2022 Ivy Championship team roster because Leah Thomas participated. You missed that by one spot. So this latest news doesn't mean that you're competing again. It doesn't mean that can change that. How do you feel?
I think this is a good step in the right direction. Like Margot said, I'm really doing this for future Penn swimmers, future young girls that want to compete in college sports and make sure that this situation that happened to me never happens to someone else in the future. But there are still a lot of steps that need to be taken by Penn and other universities that have been going down this path. So I'm excited to see the change and appreciate the administration and the help of icons with this.
Okay, Bill, you were the lead attorney in the investigation of Lance Armstrong. You have a lot of experience with sports laws and Title IX cases. What do you think about this?
Well, the interesting thing, Ainsley, is that at the same time they're telling President Trump at the University of Pennsylvania that they're for women and women's sports and they're going to protect them. They're fighting Margot and Ellen and their teammate Grace in court, and they have an acknowledged responsibility in court. So we're seeing very inconsistent positions from the University of Pennsylvania, and which is why we're continuing to pursue the lawsuit against the school.
Yeah, we're all wondering if other schools will follow suit. Why do you think, what did it? I know that President Trump and the Department of Education, they were the ones going after UPenn. What changed UPenn's mind?
Well, more than $100 million was on the line. And I think they simply made a decision to say what the president wanted them to say and make a commitment. But it's not a binding commitment. That's why we're continuing the lawsuit, to get a judge to to tell them what Title IX means and tell them to stop changing your position and have one position of protecting, defending women and their opportunities like the law requires.
Margot and Ellen, the school says they're going to send personalized apology letters to the affected female swimmers. Have either of you received a letter? Margot, I'll start with you.
Yes, I did receive a letter last night, and while they, are kind of acknowledging what went on that year, they're really not taking, full accountability the way that I wish that they would. And I think that they have an opportunity here if they're going to accept responsibility to then work with us, work with girls who actually want to see change, and ensure that women's rights are protected going forward. But they're not doing that. Mm-hmm. They're still fighting us. I'm hoping that they can kind of get on that path.
Okay, Ellen, how about you? Did you receive a letter?
I also did receive a letter in that same vein. It was more so passing the blame onto the NCAA, saying they were abiding the rules at that time, and these are the rules at this time, so it wouldn't be allowed now. But it's really not acknowledging the fact that that was completely wrong in the time of 2022. So I'm hoping that things start to change and they take this opportunity to take full responsibility in court.
Yeah, I'm sorry it didn't change things for you ladies, but I am glad for the future generations. Thank you so much. Margot, Ellen, Bill, thanks for getting up early for us.
Thank you.
Okay. Win for female sports there. I think it's interesting how they act like it's not a big deal. Not these people, but when they're talking about the school, and the school's like, oh yeah, we're just following orders and stuff, letting dudes in female sports, but times have changed, so it's okay. We're just gonna go back and fix everything, as if it wasn't this huge hurdle in the past. And again, if President Trump didn't sign that executive order, they'd still be playing those games. They're still dealing with Maine. Maine doesn't know what to do, and I'm interested to see what's going to happen with Maine letting high school boys in female sports now that they did away with the district judges being able to stand in the way of the Trump agenda. I'm wondering how that's going to move forward, because I know that they were going to court and all this other stuff. We'll see how that changes. Either way, next up, we got a quick video. Pete Hegseth. We're just going to get right into this because it is all the same topic. This is real quick. 33 seconds here. We're really just playing this because I can't stand this woman. This is Pete Hegseth smoking Representative Sarah Jacobs. I have never seen this woman before until today. She's got the craziest eyes ever. She is like challenging AOC for crazy eyes. Either way, we're going to play this really quick, and then we're going to go ahead and get in the chat.
Because if it were, you would be keeping these women in. Instead, you are the one injecting culture wars into the military, and it's at the detriment of our military readiness and national security. Now, General Kane, I'd like to turn to you.
So to be clear, these are men who think they're women.
These are women. I'm happy to educate you on
but these are men,
on trans
and so
issues at another
what we've
time.
identified is that there's mental health issues with that belief system.
I'd like to turn to General
are
Kane
detrimental
now.
to readiness, and that's the determination that we've made and that we stand behind. Gender dysphoria.
And so you don't
complications.
because if it were, you would be keeping these.
So anyways, like I said, Pete Hegseth there smoking Representative Jacobs. I've never seen that woman before. I'm pretty sure it's a woman. You see the beak on that broad? I don't know. I don't know what to say. I do not like her. I went and looked at her ex. She's got the craziest eyes ever. And she is very intense. She's very intense. Would not be surprised if we saw her at a protest, raging, screaming, blowing her vocal cords out, eyes bulging out of her head, semen running down her nose, stuff like that. But either way, I can't stand that person. Next up, people will die because of the big beautiful bill, says Representative Tim McBride, pretending to be Sarah McBride. It's coming up next, and that's a quick one, 18 seconds, so we'll see. But it's coming up next. First, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about Pete Hegseth smoking Sarah Jacobs, as well as UPenn banning shape-shifting athletes and trying to make corrections to female sports after the fact. Russell, she's got a snoz. She does. She has to look up to eat, What's up, Larry? Happy freedom to you. Guess I'm damn. Sarah Jacobs' nose always arrives early. It's the first through the door. Zero, she's freaky looking. She is. And her bulging eyes does not help. She's got that penguin face, and then she's like looking at you crazy like you stepped on her toes or something. I don't know. Dan, the best way to get their attention is hit the wallet. That's right, Dan. Follow the money. Russell, it's a step in the correct direction. I think so. Larry, I'm still kicking. Glad to hear it, Larry. Roy, she's got them crazy eyes trying to peek around the nose. Yeah, that's what it is. That's why her eyes are wide open. She's got to see down the distance of the bridge of her nose. Too old to care. She has to drink very carefully just to keep from drowning. Monfee, take all the funding away from those colleges. Absolutely. Straighten them out. Plastic Quack, she needs education. She don't know what a woman is. Yep, send her back to elementary school. What's up, Deb? Happy freedom to you. Deb, we always say eek. Is that a beak? Is that nose a hose? That's funny, Deb. What's up, Nishada? Happy freedom to you. H-Big, go P, go. Yeah, smoking them. No breaks. What's up, 49? Happy freedom to you. Patriot Dad, happy freedom to you. Doll eyes equals crazy. Yeah. And like I said, I went to her X page and was like scrolling through, and it just doesn't stop. She's got psycho face. Told the care, shut your pie hole, lady. Mm-hmm. Sage Puff, she has troll ears and nose. Creepy. Maybe she's not one of the lizard people. She's an ally. She's a lizard person ally. A goblin. My feed, maybe she's not a woman either. You know, I was wondering. There's no proof. Good Lord, Brian. Happy freedom to you. I ain't reading that shit out loud. I'm sure it's on the screen. That's okay. That's okay. Meta, Thomas should be ashamed of himself. Absolutely. And then they still try to like talk like Thomas is a girl. They're like, well, her over there. Like, nah, that's a dude. That's a dude. For the Texan, well, if she's got troll ears, even better to hear you with. Killer J, everything Trump's undoing will be redone in 4 years. Unless we get JD Vance in there or somebody like that, but we'll see how it goes. Well, that's definitely a possibility. Master Voltaire, if they got their junk snipped, shouldn't that give them an advantage in their biological division, less weight? Well, the thing is they don't have a requirement. You just have to say you're a shapeshifter in order to be a shapeshifter. There is no standards. There's no standards. That's how you know there's bullshit. If it wasn't bullshit, they would have standards. They would say, no, you can't mock us and pretend to be a shapeshifter. You got to be wienerless. You must have it surgically removed, or else you're not one of us. But it's not that serious. They want to be able to say Monday, Wednesday, and Friday that they're a shim, and then Tuesday and Thursday and the weekend, you know, they want to be a mister. And so that's why there is no standards for it, because it's all bullshit. What's up, Spirit Matter? Happy freedom to you. Klaus looking so handsome. I know. You a good boy. Yeah, you a good boy. Always chatting it up. What's up, Mary Beth? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Christine? Happy freedom to you. Rumble keeps freezing for you, Christine. I'm sorry to hear that. Thank you for letting me know. Maybe it's something about the way we got things set up today. Rock and roll. She's like a raptor. I know. She was going to try and prey on her constituents when she gets a break. Kind of got that dodo bird look to her. X is just dead. Damn, that was no female. Well, I know she wasn't a lady. I know that. Free the Texan, they them energy all day. All right, hooligans, we're gonna move forward here. Like I said, we got a really short video. Let's see. I think we're gonna play these next two back to back, because this next video is only 18 seconds long, and it's talking about the big beautiful bill. And the next video after that is them saying the big beautiful bill involves Medicaid cuts, but claims that Trump is lying about border crossers having Medicaid. And like I said in the beginning, I went and looked this stuff up. So News Nation is just flat out lying to people. Not the first time that's happened. Either way, but let's get into this. Like I said, this first video is people will die because of the big beautiful bill, says Sarah McBride, which is really Tim McBride, just masquerading as a Sarah. Let's get this pulled up with some fake outrage here. Go ahead and hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
Do they even care? Every yes vote shows very clearly that they don't. This bill is trickle-down cruelty, and people will die because of it. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
What is that voice? What is that voice? It's like he's trying to pretend to be a Michigander instead of trying to be a female there. I don't know. Playing pretend is hard, I guess. Either way, like I said, we're going to get into this next video here, and I do got receipts. So this next video is titled Fact Check: Medicaid cuts for border crossers in Trump's big beautiful bill. Now again, this is News Nation pushing full-blown propaganda. This is straight propaganda here. But after we get lied to by News Nation, we're going to pull these receipts that I went and got, talking about how border crossers do get Medicaid and how Medicaid is, in a joint effort, paid with federal tax doll hairs, because they're going to claim that's not true in this video. We're going to debunk this fact checking that News Nation is doing because they're fucking idiots. Either way, like I said, hit the like button over on Rumble as well as the CommuTube, and let's get into this.
The White House has said the president's bill would reform Medicaid and remove 1.4 million illegal immigrants from the program. But is that really the case? News Nation weekend anchor Anna Koyman is crunching the numbers for us. Anna, what's the real breakdown when you look at the numbers?
Hey, good morning, Nick. Good morning to everyone at home. The White House posted a Mythbusters fact sheet defending the House version of the big, beautiful bill, as it's called. And they say 1.4 million illegal immigrants will be dropped from Medicaid, which would give states more federal funds and give Americans more access to health care. Now, although there are instances of illegal immigrants getting government aid, according to the Congressional Budget Office and research organizations such as KFF and Georgetown University's MCORT School of Public Policy, Medicaid coverage is not currently available to illegal immigrants. KFF says emergency care for undocumented immigrants accounted for less than 1% of Medicaid spending from the years 2017 to 2023. The 1.4 million the White House appears to be highlighting refers to illegal immigrants or those with questionable immigration status who will lose coverage due to reductions in state health care programs currently giving them assistance. These programs are funded by the states and not through federal Medicaid dollars. President Trump and most congressional Republicans argue no one who should be on Medicaid will lose benefits. Still, some health advocates warn that the one big beautiful bill would dramatically reduce the program currently used by more than 70 million low-income Americans.
Thank you for watching.
Okay, so they're saying the big beautiful bill is a big beautiful lie. That's what they're trying to say. They're even saying the Medicaid is not funded with tax doll hairs. So let's go ahead and get some things pulled up. Now I'm not gonna read all of this shit because it is a crazy amount of stuff to read. We're gonna dab through the details here. Okay, screen flip. What the hell is going on here? Either way, I asked Grok about the shit, and Grok told me all this stuff, right? And like I said, we're not gonna read all this shit. But it talks about, what I said is, what kind of medical care programs do asylum seekers qualify for? See, and the reason I did it that way is because the left likes to use semantics. For 4 years, we heard about how they're not illegals, they're asylum seekers. They're gotaways, they're this, they're that, and they had 5 labels that all meant that they were here illegally. So you have to use their labels to figure out what the fuck they're talking about, because that's the name of the game. So instead of calling them border crossers or illegals or undocumented individuals, I put in there asylum seekers. Now it says that these people qualify for this RMA stuff, but then right here it says Medicaid and Children's Health Insurance Program, CHIP, right? And then emergency Medicaid, and then health insurance marketplace, Going back up here to Medicaid, right? It just explains all of the Medicaid coverage. It says asylum and refugees are exempt from the 5-year waiting period typically required for other lawful present immigrants, making them immediately eligible for Medicaid or CHIP if they meet state income or residency requirements, right? They fill out the paperwork, they're going to qualify for this. And not only do they qualify, but they get to skip the 5-year waiting period that legal migrants have to wait, right? You join the rest of us here, us Americans, you become an American legitimately. You have to wait 5 years before you even get this shit. You break into the country, you just get that shit straight up, okay? So that's the first step in that direction. Now let me find some more shit here, because I got some notes that I took. Let me see. Then this, just simply Googled, is Medicaid state or federal? And it says Medicaid is a joint federal and state program. It is jointly funded by states and the federal government, but administered by states within broad federal rules. The federal government provides matching funds to states that help them in delivering medical care to those whose income and resources are insufficient to cover the costs of necessary medical services, right? So illegals are getting Medicaid, and it is being paid for with federal doll hairs, and we give the federal government money just like we give the fucking state government money. That's our doll hairs paying for illegals to get Medicaid. So what the fuck is News Nation talking about? It took me 5 minutes to do that. I don't know how long they worked on that story of propaganda there, but it is straight bullshit. Now, I'm not saying the big beautiful bill is perfect. I'm not saying it's even good. I don't know what's in it. All I know is what News Nation is saying is inaccurate. Next up, we got our midlife break, but like I mentioned earlier, instead of it being a funny video, it's a feel-good video of the day. This is our midlife release here. I know you guys love that phrasing. Then we'll be getting back in the news with Chinese national allegedly spied on USS Lincoln. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about News Nation lying their face off. Guess $1 goes to the state, 25 cents goes to the illegal. See, but the illegals don't deserve anything. Larry, let's see. Oh, actually, I don't know. I think you're responding to something. Yeah. Matt Rogers, and 1% is too much. Absolutely. They don't deserve any of it. Russell, feed him to the alligators. There's so many people saying that. Larry, they haven't even read the bill. Otherwise, they would know the truth. Yep, absolutely. Russell, so she's never heard of fraud? Yeah, and yesterday we covered that they had the biggest medical fraud bust in history or something like that. I don't think I have all the details anymore. Let me see on the agenda. Yeah, DOJ announces largest healthcare fraud bust in history. We covered that yesterday, but this is unrelated. the Medicaid's not the same. It's not the same thing they're saying. Pumpkin, where's my 25 cents? That's right. 49, no illegal should get free anything. Just a free ride to the other side of the wall. I don't even think we should be shipping them home. I think we should just put them on the other side of the wall. They found their way here. Why do we got to give them a ride to wherever the hell they want to go? You know? Just escort them to the wall. You're on that side. Don't come back. You do, it'll be the last thing you do. I mean, it's very simple. I don't know why they overcomplicate this. Brian, are doll hairs a new form of crypto? We totally should do that. We would probably make quite a bit of doll hairs off of that. Free the tax and no state tax for you? Psst, jealous. What's up, Crystals? Happy freedom to you. Roy, I have a hard time watching News Nation. I know. Nishada, the state programs are connected to Medicaid. They're lying about that. They are. They are just blatantly lying. They are lying to people. That's what it is. Because they want Americans to worry about their Medicaid and stop worrying about the illegals being here, right? And so by them stating, the Republicans stating that illegals are the ones that are going to lose their Medicaid, the Democrats don't want you to think that. They want you to think you're going to lose your Medicaid, and you need to be mad at President Trump because of it. And that's what they're selling. That's the story they're selling. So in order to do that, they have to try to debunk the big beautiful bill, but they just did a shit job at it. Like I said, it took me 5 minutes to go find that information. They're just relying on the fact that people are lazy, that they're not going to just simply Google something. But they're wrong. They're wrong, because I absolutely will. Zero, the hooligan doll hairs. Yeah, I don't know. You guys aren't that interested in crypto. That's the only reason why we don't have the hooligan coin. Because I was going to make one when Dogecoin was new. I mean, you guys are like, I asked everybody. Everybody said no. We had NFTs too for a little while, but I let them expire. Magic Moon, the whole system is corrupt? Absolutely. Absolutely. What's up, Niles Punk? Happy freedom to you. Niles Punk, you're right. Not everyone's going to suffer, just the illegals. Or they can go home. What's up, Ghost Town? Happy freedom to you. What is a SMP? Ghost Town? Ghost Town, why aren't you over on Rumble with us? What's up, John Costello? Happy freedom to you. Yeah, the hula coin. We could. We'll see. I'll look into it. I haven't looked into it for a while. Edward could probably help me with it. Edward's pretty technologically advanced. Same thing with Alistair. Man, we'll get the team together and get some hula coin. Get that rolling. Why not? What's up, Craig? Happy freedom. The alligators all say they don't taste like chicken. They just need a little barbecue sauce. Robert, the big beautiful bill is huge. It is. And trying to think, what are we waiting on with the big beautiful bill? We're waiting for the House to deal with it right now? Is that what's going on? What's up, Gio? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Cheeky Chops? Happy freedom to you. Robert, they get Medicaid, but they don't get the jab. You're right. They were not required to get all jabbed up, but we were. Nah, I didn't get it, but a lot of people here were. Americans were required to have it, but illegals coming into the country, nah. You're not required to have shit. Same thing with Canadians. Canadians felt that way too. We were covering the Canadian convoy, and a lot of them wanted to come here for the People's Convoy, but we wouldn't let anybody into the country unless you had the jabby jab. But the illegals came through the southern border. It was no problem. It was no problem. Oh, I appreciate you, Ghost Town Barber. Yeah, I do. I've actually considered that. Steve S., everyone is number one. It's a hooligan thing. I know. I see all of you guys with the crowns. It's cool. Larry, know that when you turn retirement age, it's mandatory that you get Medicare. Didn't anyone know that, even if you have your own private insurance? I've never heard that before, Larry. I did not realize. I don't know if I'll live long enough to be retirement age. What is it, 62, 64? Didn't we just change it? I know somebody else was going to change it and everybody else was mad. Was it France? France changed their retirement age and then everybody started rioting for a while. Zero special circumstances. Oh, I see what you're saying. All right, hooligans, we're going to move forward here. Like I said, we got our midlife break coming up, but first I want to remind you, hooligans, our friend Larry here needs a kidney transplant, and if you think you can help Larry, I want you to check out this page I put together for him. It has all of his information and details and all that stuff, and our friend Larry could really use our help. So if you think you can help our friend Larry, please go check out this link and do the thing. Killer J, I'm retiring as early as possible. I heard that if you wait a year or two, it significantly increases how much you get per month. And it's probably situational. But there was somebody I used to work for that was 61. They were about to be 62, but they didn't want to retire until they were like 65 because it was going to give them like an extra $1,000 a month or something like that. But like I said, it's probably situational. Either way, getting into our midlife break here, like I've mentioned several times now, instead of this being a funny video, this is more of a feel-good video, which is fine, right? We need that stuff. Like I said, it's our midlife break, and this is titled Birthday Baseball.
Look, they were saying it's his birthday. Baseball.
Yeah, good
birthday
job.
And Brian Reynolds, yeah.
Birthday ball.
Birthday gift. They're fired up. That's a great shot.
Badass. It's his birthday. He got the baseball, and look at his buddies. They were all fired up. So badass. Good stuff. Good stuff. Much better than staring at an iPad. Either way, getting back into the news here, Chinese national, and it should say nationals because there's two people that were busted, but you know, whatever's whatever. I guess I'm kind of a title Nazi. Either way, Chinese national allegedly spied on USS Lincoln. Now, I don't think these people are getting enough time, but you know, we'll see. We'll debate that afterwards. A little master debating going on. Either way, hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
Not just Iranian and Russian spies we need to worry about. Today, 2 Chinese nationals face charges for allegedly spying in the U.S. right here at home.
Now, the suspects don't just face spying allegations. Investigators also accuse them of trying to recruit American service members as intelligent assets. Newsmax crime correspondent Jason Matera has the details. Good morning, Jason.
Good morning, Mark and Allison. So yeah, on the surface, it looked normal. You had a Chinese permanent resident living in Oregon. You had a Chinese businessman traveling here on a tourist visa, but federal agents say they were actually covert operatives for the Chinese. Yuan Ren and Liren Lai were arrested for allegedly working on behalf of the Ministry of State Security, which is part of China's intelligence apparatus. And according to the FBI, this wasn't petty espionage. Investigators say Chen tried to turn a U.S. Navy member, messaging him repeatedly, building rapport, and probing whether he'd flip for Beijing. Chen even leveraged the relationship to score a tour aboard the USS Abraham Lincoln in San Diego. While on the ship, he snapped photos of the aircraft carrier and later sent them, along with the sailor's background and image, straight to his Chinese handler. While in California, Chen was also directed to secretly film and photograph a Navy recruiting station, capturing biographical details of the military recruits. Meanwhile, Lai, the other guy, entered the U.S. on a tourist visa in April, claiming to be in the retail industry, and told immigration officers that he'd stay put in Houston and leave after 2 weeks. But surveillance footage told a different story. He took 2 months to drive to Southern California and back, allegedly plotting the next stage of this clandestine operation he was doing on behalf of the Chi-Coms. What's more, the FBI says both men helped orchestrate espionage attempts at a U.S. naval base in Washington state, and even arranged a $10,000 cash drop in a public locker to fund their spy network. Mark, Allison, the criminal complaint also notes that this operation started in May 2021 and lasted until April of this year. So about 4 years altogether. If convicted, both men will face up to 10 years in a federal prison.
Also, that's about the exact time that Donald Trump wasn't in office. So now, Jason, you've gone through this criminal document. I mean, is there a specific type of naval officer that they were trying to flip?
Yeah, it's a great question. A lot of disturbing details in this criminal complaint. But what jumps out at you is the Chinese government, they were targeting intelligence specialists within the Navy. They were targeting communication reps, information technicians, and also Navy yeomen. So basically anyone who could potentially have access to sensitive data that should never be in the hands of a foreign adversary.
All right. Jason Matera, thanks for that report this morning.
Information. Okay, so like I said, 2 individuals were accused of spying on us, and then both of them are facing up to 10 years. That doesn't, I mean, you know, 10 years in prison would fucking suck, but for spying on the country, spying for the, what did they call it? The Ministry of State Security, right? Which is like their intelligence agency over in the CCP. 10 years, that's all you get. I don't know. I don't think that's going to scare those people. Once again, 2 people were here on a tourist visa being arrested for working on the behalf of the Ministry of State Security for espionage. Both of them are facing up to 10 years in prison. Doesn't seem like a severe enough punishment for another country sending spies here to spy on us. Like, I don't know. Doesn't seem like a steep enough consequence. Either way, next up we got Peter Ducey. He's saying this is how Alligator Alcatraz will work. This is kind of a follow-up video on Alligator Alcatraz. They're going to give us some more details on how everything is going to function over there. Also, the first set of border crossers are supposed to be there today, which is pretty cool. They're also going to try and do some things to speed up this due process. They're talking about being able to do due process in 48 hours so we can kick the illegals back out to wherever they came from or whoever will take them. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about these CCP spies. Zero, yeah, for real. Yeah, Russell, I can't read any of this shit out loud. Oh, Russell, that's so hardcore. Yeah, like I said, I don't think the punishment fits the crime. I just don't. Russell, that kid's the coolest kid on the block. Yeah, it's a good video. Guess he got the ball and then they started beating him. That's what CNN is gonna say when they play that video. It's white supremacy. They couldn't outrun it. They just start savagely beating that kid. It's terrible. Zero, love that. Yeah, it's a good video. Yeah, Matt Rogers. I agree. They should do it on TV. So anybody else that thinks they're going to be here and be little spies for the CCP, they get to look forward to what's going to happen to them if they ever get caught spying. Dutton, have you seen the blue non-garbage talking about the big beautiful bill saying that it gives Rubio the ability to take away women's rights? My wife sadly believed it. Oh, no, I have not heard that, Dutton. I know those lefties, they're thinking crazy stuff right now. I saw a post earlier on X talking about how they believe that the 2024 election was stolen and that Harris is the actual winner. All they're debating is how much did she win by? And I'm like, really? Really? After 2020, they want to turn around and do that? I'm like, okay. Too old to care. COVID put Americans under house arrest while illegals invaded our streets. That's exactly what happened. What's up, Marsh? Happy freedom to you. Free the Texan 62 is early. When is the actual retirement age? Free the Texan, I thought the elections couldn't be rigged. Yeah, that's only when they're doing it. Matt Rogers, they'll probably be executed at home for getting caught. Oh, I didn't even think of that. Yeah, it could be. Maybe it just depends on the consequences. Like, if they get drilled for information, they actually provide information on the CCP. Because then they look like traitors, but maybe just getting caught enough is enough to have them deleted. Dan, you're bringing the supplies. Good stuff. Guess you can legally retire. I'm a retire. You can retire at 62. My feed 65. It used to be 59 and a half. Really? 59 and a half. You're like, it's been 6 months. Give it to me. 49. Only when it's a Democrat that the elections are rigged only. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. They get caught with their hand in the cookie jar. They're like, that's impossible. Trump wins. They're like, oh, look at these fraudulent elections. Stupid lefties. What's up, Pag? Happy freedom to you. Magic Moon. The Chinese killed some Canadians last year. in China for what, Magic Moon? Pag 66 and 4 months, is that retirement age? I think so. I believe so. I'm finding out I don't know as much about retirement as I thought. Killer J, why'd that sound so fake? 10 years in federal prison? Turn it off. Let's see. Turn it off prison is nothing from what everybody's always said. Well, I don't know. I don't feel like that's justified. Like, not at all. They came all the way here to spy on our country, and then they get 10 years, and they get to hang out with Americans for the whole 10 years? Like, I don't know. Niles Punk, you get 10 years for selling drugs. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's not enough. Doing, international missions and stuff, government workers, right, and then you get 10 years, and then you just get to call it a day? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. Killer J, federal prison's like a country club. Yeah, and like, I don't know. It just doesn't sound enough. It's not severe enough. Yeah, Niles Punk, that is what everyone is saying. I just can't read that stuff out loud. It's very detailed over on the website. The hooligans are being very detailed about what exactly they want the punishment to be. I just can't read that shit out loud. What's up, DB? Happy freedom to you. What's up, MD Cyrun? Happy freedom to you. Spies, wild. They'll be spying again in a decade. Mary Beth, what do other countries do? Well, first of all, other countries don't even let you cross their borders illegally, without swallowing a bullet. So, we don't do what other countries do. It's obvious at this point. Yeah, John Costello, that's exactly what I think it should be. Should be done right on TV in front of everybody. MD Cyrun, match whatever punishment the CCP would administer. I'm right there with you. What's up, Dictum? Happy freedom to you. John Costello, I'm going to need 1% of all profits coming up with the name for the Hula Coin. Yeah, I'll remember. I'll put it in the details. MW retirement age is now 67. I don't know if I can live that long. Damn. 67? What's up, Watchman? Happy freedom to you. Making some zucchini fritters and blistered... what is this? Shishito peppers? That sounds very interesting. I am interested. You should post a pic on X and tag me in it so I can check it out after the live. $49, send them to Alligator Alcatraz. Well, they're going to do 10 years and then they could go to Alligator Alcatraz. Either way, let's go ahead and move forward here. Like I said, this next one is a follow-up video on Alligator Alcatraz. This is Peter Ducey saying this is how Alligator Alcatraz will work. They're going to give us some more details here. Yesterday, we covered President Trump touring Alligator Alcatraz. Yesterday was their first day technically being open, and they're going to be ready for border crossers today. Hit that like button if you haven't already, and let's get into this.
Here we go. President Trump touring Alligator Alcatraz in the Everglades, and he's back in Florida's plan to have qualified National Guard members work as immigration judges.
Peter Ducey is live with the latest. Hey, Peter.
Good morning. Officials here think they have found their way around a huge bottleneck, and that is the number of illegal immigrants waiting to see a deportation judge. If they're not just going to be caught and released, they need to have a deportation hearing. So what they're going to do down in Florida is they're going to take qualified National Guard judge advocates, and they are going to deputize them as immigration judges. That could allow many migrants to have hearings within 48 hours, limiting their time at Alligator Alcatraz.
Very soon, this facility will house some of the most menacing migrants, some of the most vicious people on the planet. We're surrounded by miles of treacherous swampland, and the only way out is really deportation. And a lot of these people are self-deporting back to their country where they came from.
Tom Homan, the border czar, now reports total Border Patrol encounters for the entire month of June 2025 was 6,070. That is less than a single day under Biden. As a matter of fact, the total number of encounters is less than half of a single day under Biden on many days. And that's contrary to what we were told by the Biden team many times.
I will say this. The president has done more to secure the border and to deal with this issue of immigration than anybody else. He really has.
And with all these new immigration judges, the plan is once a deportation order is given down at Alligator Alcatraz, that person can just be driven 2,000 feet to the airstrip where they can get onto a plane. Once it's full enough, they will take off on a deportation flight. The first arrivals will get there later today. Back to you.
Wow, that was quick turnaround.
That was quick.
Yeah, we'll see if the alligators and the pythons are ready. Stop it. Should something happen? That was your question, right, Peter?
It was, and President Trump taught me how to escape an alligator. And, you know, you're a White House correspondent. We're here to report on the important policy. But sometimes that could be the thing. I spend a lot of time down in Florida. That could be the thing that saves my life someday.
Right.
It's true, especially if you go like in South Carolina or in Florida. Yes, my dad used to tell us that too. But then we had an expert on one time that said that's not true. Trump says you have a 1% higher chance of saving your life.
And if you know what? My dad was watching this yesterday, and he sent me a clip. I need to pull it up. It was from in the movie The In-Laws. Peter Falk and Alan Arkin are running zigzag, and it was very similar to President Trump's advice yesterday.
We need to
probably
find
still applies.
That's great. Will you send me that clip?
Yeah,
I want to send it
please.
to my dad.
Thanks, Peter.
You got it.
That's great, Peter. Thank you so much.
I'm Steve Ducey. Okay, a little update there on Alligator Alcatraz. Good stuff. Once again, they're saying that qualified judge advocates are going to be deputized and become immigration judges, allowing border crossers to have hearings within 48 hours and limit their time in detention. And the first arrivals should be there later today. They could be there by now. I mean, it's 7 o'clock over here on the East Coast, so they could very well already be there at Alligator Alcatraz. I assume we'll have a follow-up tomorrow. I am assuming that they're going to want to show us what it looks like where the facility is actually housing border crossers. Yesterday when we were covering it, they were saying it can hold up to 5,000 border crossers, and I kind of made a comment about how those numbers are kind of low compared to the more than 25 million illegals we're trying to get out of the country. But if we can bring them in, do process them in 48 hours, put them on a plane and ship them out on day 3, 5,000 is a lot. You know, that's a big capacity if you're rolling them out every 3 days. Now, of course, they have to actually move that quickly, and well, time will tell. But either way, moving in the right direction here. Next up, we got to follow up on the Diddy trial. This is titled Sean Diddy Combs Convicted of 2 prostitution charges, and he's cleared of sex trafficking. And I knew they weren't going to get him on those big charges. I knew, just by the way the evidence was sounding and the testimonies and blah, 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 blah. I knew they weren't going to get him. Either way, it's coming up next. But first, we're going to hop in the chat, see what your hooligans think about Alligator Alcatraz. Zero, I'm wondering how the Alligator Alcatraz will affect the surrounding area. Will the wildlife figure out people are there and figure out that they are food, line the fences for stray hands and feet? I don't know. Maybe. It's hard to say. Russell, they'll stray away. Yeah, I kind of think so too. And I also don't know that the guards would allow anything like that to happen. When you have humans in your custody, you are responsible for them. So if they die in your custody, it's supposed to be a big deal. I'm trying to think. We just covered somebody dying in federal custody. Oh, it was the individual that helped that other person blow their car up, targeting that it's some sort of facility for having babies. I can't remember what the hell it's called. Either way, it was some facility this guy was attacking because they were anti-life, and then his buddy who provided the chemicals to cause the explosion, he was just in federal custody and he just died. They didn't even say how he died, and we haven't heard of a follow-up video, but that's supposed to be a big deal. So yeah, as far as Alligator Alcatraz, let's put it in this perspective. The lefties right now are calling it Alligator Auschwitz. They're saying it's a concentration camp, that it's not an ICE detention facility. If the guards allow the border crossers to die at that facility, it is not going to help people who are really trying to push for this mass deportation. So they would have to protect the inmates regardless of their legal status. And so, you know, we don't need Democrats out here trying to gather proof that it is a concentration camp. So they cannot allow those people to die, you know, in my opinion. Zero, the fraternity clinic, yeah. I can't say it. Somebody said the other day I was saying fraternity instead of fertility. Yes, that's what I'm talking about, Zero. Larry, didn't want to see that picture of KJP. Yeah, I forgot to warn you guys. Isn't it so different seeing KJP sit there lying her face off versus having Caroline Leavitt come out and answer all the questions, right? And do it in like 20 minutes. KJP would be up there for 70 minutes or longer. And sometimes she'd bring Captain Hot Dog Fingers with her, and then we'd be here all fucking day covering these lies. Caroline Leavitt gets out there, 25 minutes. She's done. Wrapped it up. Went through the whole room and everything. Guess the ones who get eaten, you don't have to house and feed. Plus, you pay less to feed the gators. It's a win-win. It is. You're right, guess What's up, Cass? Happy freedom. What's up, J-Dog? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Beck Frank? Appreciate all of you hooligans slide through. J-Dog, you can't figure out Discord? What are you having trouble with? Yeah, Free Thinker Texan. You knew what I was talking about. The fertility clinic. I don't know why I can't say that word. It's the no word. Plus Quack, so 2 hooker charges, but nothing for beating the shit out of Cassie. Someone talked. Someone said that it's Comey's daughter that is the prosecuting attorney for the Diddy trial. And a lot of people were like, oh, that's why this is going that way. What's up, Metal Mouth? Happy freedom to you. I did, Beck Frank. A little less hot. A little less hot. I was dying with that little bit of hair I had. Thistlebeard, happy freedom to you. Gitmo must be full. You know, they don't talk about that a lot anymore. I'm not sure why. They were saying that the illegals were living in tents and it was inhumane and they were unable to properly get due process. And so they started bringing them back. And that was the last I heard about Gitmo. Southern Eagleman, join us over here on Rumble. You're a badass. Thistlebeard, no need to add more fire to the fire. Talking about Cali canceling the 4th of July. Yeah, you ain't wrong. What's up, Metal? Happy freedom to you. Thank you, Beck Frank. Appreciate you. J-Dog, you can't work it. What is happening, J-Dog? All you gotta do is you gotta make an account. You click the invite link that we have on the link tree. It should bring you into our Discord. And then if you're on a phone, there should be a menu tab at the top left. Click that, it'll open all the chats. Go to general chat and say hello, and then everybody can help you from there. $49 Rumble keeps going in and out. It's annoying. Sorry to hear that. I don't understand why that's happening. Patriot Dad, had my hair tied up all day. Almost had some Jeff Mack dreads. They're hard to wash. I'll tell you that. It's hard to wash your dreads. Well, no worries, J-Dog. As long as you're following on X, you'll get most of the same info. Magic Moon. It was the punishment. Execute 4 Canadians over drug-related crimes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they have no drug tolerance in the CCP. President Trump is talking about it a lot during the campaign. Meta, finally expedite the hearings. Operate 24/7 until a dent is made. Do the thing. Absolutely. Klaus Daniels, if he's sleeping, then we're safe. That's how it goes. If he's up and he's out and about, you know, the commies could be near. What's up, Master Meatball? Happy freedom to you. Now's Punk. Oh no, Diddy is next. OJ all over again. I knew they weren't going to get him. I knew when the raid was louder than the trial that I knew they weren't going to get him. Because they were like, there was a man in a cage in the basement who was used for sex. And then the trial happened. They were like, yeah, he's just really mean to his girlfriends and he does drugs and he drinks all the time. I'm like, they're not getting this guy. Like, nah. Robert, Rumble won't let you in. I wonder why. There's a couple people that have trouble with that because they can't validate their accounts. They didn't get the email or something. It's a ball. Happy freedom to you. Cheeky Chops, I'm surprised they let you write rape over on YouTube. What's up, Proud Patriot Girlie? Happy freedom to you. All right, hooligans, we're going to move forward here. Like I said, Sean Diddy Combs convicted of 2 prostitution charges and cleared of sex trafficking. What a bunch of bullshit. I can't believe they didn't get him on RICO. Like, I can't believe that. Because he was using the record label, the people being signed, his assistants and stuff like that, to move prostitutes, to go get drugs, to provide drugs to other people, and obviously involving money in all of this. All of this is a crime. That's why he got the prostitution charges. How did he not get RICO? Like, I don't understand that. Either way, that's what's coming up next. But first, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you guys have children in your life, I want you to check out these books titled The Big Beaver Protest. It is the second book in the Orange Eagle series, and it was written by the same author that created A Dog Named Cappy. Also, if you're feeling creative, try MAGA Memes. It's a coloring book for deplorables. If you hooligans do purchase these books, please make sure to leave reviews on Amazon, and also follow them on their X page as a way to stay up to date with new books and to help them grow. I'm going to drop these links really quick. This first one is for the MAGA Memes. Zero, didn't the UK block Rumble? I can't remember. There is a lot of countries that block Rumble, but it kind of goes on and off. Sometimes they unblock them. I don't know. I know Germany was on the list for a while. Oh no, they just kicked me out of Kick. Yes, they did. I am so sick of that shit. Being live and then Kick's like, no, sign in. And then use 15 passwords to get in for security. Fuck all that. I don't know, but I'm tired of dealing with Kick today. Either way, once again, this is the MAGA Memes, the link right here. Definitely go check it out. I'm going to show you guys the books after I drop these links too, because I got them sitting next to me. This next link here is for the Big Beaver Protest, and like I've been telling you guys, this was inspired by the Canadian convoy. It is a children's book, however, so it's fun for the whole family here. Cheeky Chops, what are you saying? That ain't me. I don't know what you're talking about. Holy. And then this last link here is the X page for Lee Linda Books, the author. So definitely go give them a follow over on X. I keep clicking that tab with Kick on it. It's like, log in. It just pisses me off all over again. All right, hooligans, click those links, do the things. Let me show you the books. This first one, like I was telling you, the MAGA Memes here, and it's thick, okay? Good stuff in here. Lots to do. Very patriotic. Look at that. Daddy's home. Look at that. That's good stuff. Coloring book for deplorables. And then we got the Big Beaver Protest here. Like I said, this is a kid's book. Lots of fun. It is inspired by the Canadian convoy and stuff like that, but it is with a child tone to it. Definitely click the links. Go do the thing. Go follow Lee Linda Books over on X. Moving forward back into the news here. Like I said, we got to follow up. Sean Diddy Combs convicted of 2 prostitution charges. It wasn't his butthole they were using. Cleared of sex trafficking. Let's get this pulled up. And they're using this to eclipse the news today. And I don't know if that's because people are mad about Alligator Alcatraz or what, but everyone's talking about the Diddy trial for like no reason. Compared to everything else, this ain't even that big of a deal. But like I said, they're eclipsing the rest of the news. They want everybody talking about Diddy. Either way, hit that like button if you haven't, and let's get into this.
The jury reaches a verdict in Sean Diddy Combs' sex trafficking trial, clearing the hip-hop mogul of the 3 charges and convicting him of 2 charges of transportation to engage in prostitution. Bradley Blackburn has what this means for Diddy from the courthouse.
The jury found Sean Diddy Combs not guilty of racketeering, conspiracy, and sex trafficking. He was found guilty of arranging transportation to engage in prostitution. The verdict is seen as a big win for the defense.
The government has to have their tail between their legs. This is just a huge loss for them. They went out on a limb, and the jury, saw it the way the defense saw it.
Prosecutors argued the hip-hop mogul was the leader of what they described as a criminal enterprise over 2 decades, one that forced women into engaging into abusive sex acts during drug-fueled parties he called freak-offs. Their star witness was Combs' former girlfriend, Cassie Ventura.
Whether or not the freak-offs cross that line from maybe morally questionable or seriously questionable to illegal, I think that's where things broke down for the prosecution.
Combs' family members showed their support in the courtroom, where the defense argued all sexual encounters were consensual. They accused the prosecution of putting Combs on trial for his lifestyle, trying to criminalize his private conduct. The jury of 8 men and 4 women sifted through 28 days of testimony, much of it graphic and emotional. Throughout their deliberations, Combs prayed with family and friends as he faced the threat of life behind bars.
I think some prison time could absolutely be on the table, again, given everything that we've heard in this case.
As the verdict was read, Combs looked at the jury and held his hands in a prayer motion, then hugged his attorney. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
After the verdict, the defense asked for Combs to be released on bail until sentencing, which the prosecution opposed. The judge asked both sides to submit written arguments before he decides.
Okay, had to get signed back into Kick so I can see the chat. God, I hate that. Either way, Sean Diddy Combs, Diddy did it, but they didn't want to prove that Diddy did it, so... Now they're saying that he is getting 2 counts of, well, let me see. He's not guilty of RICO or sex trafficking, but he is guilty of 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. Each one of those counts has a max of 10 years, so technically he's facing 20 years right now. Both sides are going to submit arguments to the judge to decide if Diddy should be able to get out on bail before sentencing. I don't know when sentencing is supposed to happen, but we'll see if they actually let him out on bail. But he is facing 20 years in prison right now. I doubt he's going to get the 20 years. I assume he's just going to get a couple years and get out, but we'll see how it goes. Either way, next up we got the last little bit of the news before we get into the fun stuff. Of course, it is lefties losing it. This one's titled History Making. CNN declares Trump the most popular Republican president ever. It's coming up next, but first we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about the Diddy trial. Russell, damn it, my baby oil stock went down today. Yeah, it's like that, Russell. It's like that. Zero, yeah, prayed to Satan. Yeah, for real. Russell, the Kohlberger trial is bigger. Yeah, there's a lot of people talking about that too. Guess he'll get 5 for each count and serve 4 total. How would he get 10 years and serve 4? If he got 10 years, I think he'd only serve 8 and then he'd get good time. It depends if they give him good time or not, though. We won't know till he gets sentenced. Cass, not enough justice for his evil ass. Yeah, I agree. My feed, they denied his bail. They denied it like off-right. So they wanted him to be free on bail. They denied it. But then the judge said for both of them to submit arguments and that he would decide at a later time. So he might get bail, but right off the rip, when the verdict was handed down, they didn't give him bail right then. Metal-mouthed prostitute should be his nickname, along with Diddy. He's another Epstein, that's what it is. That's why they didn't throw him out, because they're not really that bent out of shape about what he's doing. He probably had a backdoor deal from the day he was hired. Probably. Told Akira Diddy still did it, and I think so too. Plastic Quack, if the feds come for you, they get you down bad. For Diddy to get off with a couple small charges, he had to give up something big. 100% he ratted. Oh yeah. And he's well connected too, so I'm sure whatever they wanted, he had it right there waiting for him. Minimal jail credit. Yeah, I just don't think... I don't know if he's going to get good time or not. They might give it to him, but they might not. And they are going to credit him for all the days he's served, but he hasn't been there years. 49 probably have a mysterious death. Oh, it could be saying that Diddy died and then, you know, they just relocate him or whatever. Could be. Guess 30% is good time for prison. I know in jail it's like 1 day for every week or something like that. Like if you had to serve a week, you're only going to serve 6 days and then you get out. And I know prison is different. I've never been to prison, so I don't know exactly what it is. And I'm sure, you know, state matters, and I know your case matters. They can take away your good days. Danny gets out and leaves the country. Could be. They could do like that. Do it like that. Guess Freak-Offs had a lot of backdoor deals. They did. They got it all on camera too. Russell Interpol would be after him. Could be. I mean, it just depends. It depends. What's up, Ramsey? Happy freedom to you, and thank you so much for the $2 donation over on Rumble. Really appreciate you, Ramsey. Thank you so much for the support. It says they will get those 2 counts overturned, prosecuting intentionally failed like she did in several other big trials. Check her out and her prior big cases. Yeah, I have a tab pulled up, and I did see that people are saying it's Comey's daughter, but I have to dig into it and get some more information. Beck Frank, my conspiracy brain wonders if all of this is done to take the focus off Epstein. I think it brings more focus onto Epstein because he's being charged with similar crimes as what they claim Epstein was. Maybe they're letting him off the hook to try and downplay the seriousness of Epstein, saying, yeah, look at how they demonized Diddy, and what happened? He got prostitution charges. He didn't get human trafficking charges. He didn't get these big charges. And so then they could say the same thing about Epstein. Well, he was accused of all of this stuff, but he never went to trial or anything because he died. And so maybe he wasn't as big of a fish as they claim, so maybe it's a way for them to downplay it, but I don't know. I don't really know. I know he didn't get what I assumed he was going to get, prior to the trial actually starting. Truman, she'll get 2 years max. He might do a day in prison and they'll say he's dead. I mean, you never know. He might not even make it to sentencing. What about that? Because they're saying he's not out of jail. They're not giving him bond or bail or whatever, and they're still going to think it over whether or not he gets bail before sentencing. What if tomorrow they say he mysteriously got smoked? And then he never gets sentenced. He never has these charges on his record. They could relocate him, give him a new identity, and then it was all for nothing. So, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Meta, Diddy did it and got away with it. Definitely looks that way. Killer J. Well, I hope nobody's surprised. He has a lot of money, so they got him for being a pimp, basically. Yeah, it's definitely what it looks like. Niles Punk, Epstein was obviously guilty. That's why he smoked himself. You don't smoke yourself if you have nothing to worry about. Yeah, I'm still waiting for them to put out that video. Dan Bongino was saying that they're cleaning up footage that is going to prove that he smoked himself. And it's like, I don't know. I'm still waiting for that to come out. Steve S. Some places give you 2 days for every day in jail before conviction. Diddy got locked up for 9 months. He would get credited for 2.5 years served already. That's interesting. That's a lot. That's a lot. Be locked up for 9 months and get 2.5 years already served. That's crazy. Steve S. In federal prison, you do 85% of your time. But you can do like drug cases, GD, and get time reduced. Yeah. Robert, Diddy Light, new beer. I'm not drinking that. I'm not drinking no Diddy Light. Nah, I'm not spending no dollars on that. What's up, God's Pirate? Happy freedom to you. Jem, cleaning up sounds suspicious. It does. It does. We'll see how it turns out when the video comes out. If we can show it, because I don't know what's all going to be in the video, we will. And if we can't show it, I'll post it on Discord and I'll post it on the website. That way we'll have it no matter what. Hair juicer, in the feds, you serve 90%. Yeah, if they give it to him, though. If they take away his good days, he'll have to do every day. But it's Diddy, so I really doubt they're going to hit him any harder than they already have. Roy, that's what I said, was you watch the news, we'll say that Diddy was murdered and do exactly what you said. Yeah, Roy, I mean, that's what I'm expecting, but, you know, we'll obviously stay up to date with it. Rappy, money talks. It does. Plasquacken, just like that, poof, he's gone. Or they could have another disaster, right? Something crazy could happen. They're like, oh no, look what Iran did. And then everyone forgets about Diddy. That's how it goes. Either way, moving forward here, like I said, we're going to get into the last little bit of the news before we get into the fun stuff. This is Lefties Losing It, and this one's titled History Making. CNN declares Trump the most popular Republican president ever. Why couldn't they just say the most popular president ever? Why is it going to be the most popular Republican president? He's the most popular orange president ever. Either way, hit that like button over on Rumble as well as the CommentTube, and let's get into this.
It's time for Lefties Losing It. And you may recall songstress and lefty Losing It elder stateswoman Barbara Streisand blaming Donald Trump for making her fat. Yes, the president's powers are truly profound. Well, it's not just Babs who's overeating because of Donald Trump. Here is Rosie O'Donnell talking about how Trump's triumph saw her piling on the weight and hitting the bottle.
During his first go-round, it was very difficult, and I got myself into some bad places. You know, I was very, very depressed. I was overeating. I was over-drinking. I was, you know, I was so depressed, Chris. I can't, you know, it hurt my heart that America believed the lies about him, and then it broke my heart to be in a business that creates and sells those lies for profit. You know, it was very heavy, to tell you the truth.
She wants you to think she's better now because she's fled to Ireland. But here she is just a few weeks ago with her delusional dreams about getting rid of Donald Trump. She thought it could happen perhaps even by June 14.
So upsetting everywhere you turn. It's really hard to believe that this man is the president of the United States. Yet he is, you know, and I'm just hoping that we can get him out as soon as possible, hopefully before June 14th. Now, I don't know that that's possible, but that's when he wants to have this massive $90 million military parade for himself.
The parade was for the military, Rosie, celebrating 250 years of service, and it was magnificent, you miserable fantasists. Now, here are more crazy folk who claim cutting NPR's funding, cutting PBS's funding, will end lives. What? And why do they always look like this? Now, the next scenes you're about to witness are not from New York or California or some other depraved blue state. This footage is from Pride events in the great state of Texas. And these events are apparently family friendly.
What the hell? That's the way I like the head down, ass up. That's the way I like the.
Now to some CNN craziness. Let's hear from former Congressman Jamal Bowman. Remember that Democrat race baiter? Well, he's now on CNN claiming that black folks are suffering serious health issues because people are using the N-word.
You can't be calm about this. I'm a black man in America. The reason why heart disease...
I'm white, I can't comment
Listen to what I'm saying. The reason why heart disease and cancer and obesity and diabetes are bigger in the black community is because of the stress we carry from having to deal with being called the N-word directly or indirectly every day. If your colleagues would listen and try to learn and engage and grow and stop being so hateful, we could have a better country.
Just unbelievable levels of race baiting lunacy there. Let's stick with CNN. They had some sobering news for their ever-diminishing audience. This needed a trigger warning for the lefty snowflakes because there's no way you can spin this data. It is historic. The fact is that despite the relentless fake news and media hysteria, Donald Trump is the most popular president with Republican voters ever. And that includes the great Ronald Reagan after he survived an assassination attempt. Grab some popcorn and enjoy this lefty rage bait, also known as facts.
So this isn't just Republicans who like Donald Trump. This is Republicans who love Donald Trump. And he's up like a rocket. Look at this. In July 2017, the strongly approved was 53%. That's pretty good. But look at where he is now. 63% of Republicans strongly approve of the job that Donald Trump is doing about 5 months into his presidency. Republicans love Donald Trump the way that Americans love Disney World. The bottom line is 63%. That is a huge base. And of course, it's just part of a Republican base in which about 90% of them overall approve of him, including the somewhat approves as well.
I mean, every politician would like this number here, especially to see it go up. How about compared to other presidents who were Republicans?
Yeah, it's history making. It's history making. What are we talking about here? So why don't we look back? We have all the presidents, Republican presidents, going back over the last 35, 36, 37 years. What are we talking about? GOP, who strongly approved 5 months in. Look at this. George H.W. Bush, Bush 41, 46%. Bush 43, 59. You see Trump, the first term, 53. But look at this, 63%. He beats all the other Republicans on the board here. And I was looking even back since Reagan. And get this, Donald Trump beats Ronald Reagan when it comes to the strongly approved 5 months. And of course, Reagan was coming off that high after that assassination attempt. So the bottom line is Donald Trump is making history with the Republican base. He is more beloved by this Republican base than any Republican base loved any GOP president 5 months in. It is history making.
Oh, I think I need a cigarette after all that. And here's some sobering news too for the rhinos, the Republican in name only members who think they'll reclaim the GPO from Donald Trump. Wrong.
You do not want to go against Donald Trump because the Republican base is with Donald Trump. And it's not just the polling. We actually have the data to show that the Republican base is with Donald Trump. The Times Trump endorsees won the GOP primary for governor and congressional races. Look at this. 2024, 96%. 2022, 95%. 2020, 98%. The bottom line is this. 95% plus of the time, the Trump-endorsed candidate wins in GOP primaries. And even in the cases where Donald Trump endorses a challenger to an incumbent, the majority of the time, that challenger wins. So Donald Trump is a winner in Republican primaries. You go against Donald Trump, to quote the movie Good Burger, you go in the grinder.
Joining me now is host of Sarah Gonzalez Unfiltered.
Okay, that there is Lefties Losing It. Like I said, that is the last little bit of the news. We're going to get into the fun stuff here. We're going to be opening today's door of the Advent Calendar sent to us by Zero. And we got our two funny videos of the day. First one's titled Trump Giving Illegals the Hard Truth. And our official funny video of the day was provided by Kodiak. And it's titled Damn Assault Squirrels. All of that's coming up next. But first, we're going to hop in the chat, see what you hooligans think about lefties losing their marbles. Also, I did Google some stuff. I was going to do it after the live, but we were watching lefties losing it, so I was like, fuck it. Either way, I Googled who is Diddy's trial prosecuting attorney. It says the prosecuting attorney in the Sean Diddy Combs trial is Maureen Comey, the assistant U.S. attorney in the Southern District in New York. She played a leading role in the 8-member prosecution team that brought charges of sex trafficking and racketeering against Combs. Although the trial concluded with mixed results, Comey secured convictions on 2 counts of transportation to engage with prostitution. But the interesting part is this right here, additional details. Maureen Comey previously worked on high-profile cases such as the Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell trials. So not only is it similar to the Epstein trial, but it's the same prosecuting attorney. The prosecution faced challenges during the trial, including the absence of key witnesses and difficulties proving the existence of an organized criminal enterprise tied to Combs. So if you thought things were suspicious before, it's much worse. It is much worse. It is almost directly connected to the Epstein shit because of the prosecuting attorney is a fucking failure. Either way, reading through. Yeah, I guess that's that Ghislaine right there. Russell, I'm not reading that out loud. Russell, they're going to get tired of losing. I don't know. They're in denial. They don't even see it as losing. They're just raged out. Zero, he's beloved by real Americans. Absolutely. Russell, lefties are really crazy. They are. Because they're on all this damn medication and everything else. They got a warped view of the world. Every time somebody's happy or smiling or having a good day, they're like miserable because of it. Thank you so much, Patriot Dad, for that $5 donation over on Rumble. Really appreciate you, Patriot Dad. Thank you so much for the support. It says, I see Clinton's side in Diddy in the Diddler's future. I think you're right, Patriot Dad. Thank you so much. I think you're right. We're going to see. What's up, Justin Sane? Happy freedom to you. Ramsey, she's on the take. Would not be surprised at all. Not at all. Pumpkin Klaus is so tired he must have been up all night. I guess. You're lazy. You're lazy. Yeah, you're lazy. What are you squeaking at me for? He's trying to pass the time until he gets treats. And that's what it really is. He's not tuckered out. He just identifies that way. J-Dog. Who is that their name? Let me see. We'll check them out because we are going to be doing a raid at the end of the live today, of course. I don't know who we're going to raid yet, but we'll see. J-Dog, is that their name? Because I'm not finding them under that name. There's a crazy dude with 2, like, D-U-U-D. They're live right now. I don't know what they're showing. God only knows. Oh, they've been live for 5 minutes. We'll see. Rolling Pony, did you know in Portland there is a problem with damaging sound, not from ICE, but protesters are hurting regular folks living nearby? That doesn't surprise me at all, Rolling Pony. Portland is lost right now because all the elected officials handed the city over to Antifa, and well, it's pretty much Antifa, whether they're homeless or drug addicts or alcoholics or mentally ill people. All those people in Portland are pretty much all a part of Antifa. And because they handed the city over to domestic terrorists, it's just a shithole over there. And until they get new, they need like to wipe the board. They need new judges, new leaders all across the board. And until that happens, it will continue to be a terrible place. It's unfortunate. It shouldn't be that way. Happy freedom to you, Rolling Pony. What's up, Bright Gaming? Happy freedom to you. Bright Gaming, are you live? Well, that'd be pretty crazy if you were live and here at the same time. No, you're not live. We'll figure out who we're rating. Plastic Wag, Rita needs a smoke. I know, she smoked me with that. She's so funny. I appreciate you, Thistle. Thank you for being with us. Sage Pup, wish I had visited Portland before it turned to poop. Yeah, I wish I could have seen what it's like. I need to go look at videos because I've only seen it in the condition that it's in now. I didn't even know it existed until we started going live covering protesters and stuff. J-Dog, okay, I'll check them out. They just went live like 5 minutes ago. I see Rotella's live, Cat Dog's live. Cat Dog was with us earlier. I was kind of thinking about rating Cat Dog, but we'll see how it goes. Thank you for letting me know, J-Dog. He came into the chat here because I was looking through the chat, but I can only scroll back so far. I've never really had anybody show up and ask to be rated, but that's okay. Not against that. Magic Moon, Canada and USA soccer just started. I never ever hear anybody talk about soccer like that. Who's winning? Are we winning? Meta Claus is dreaming of treats. He is. I think he's faking. That's why he's got his ear up like that. He's waiting to hear that can crack open. Hank, happy freedom to you. Did he get off scot-free? No, he's getting hit with 2 charges of basically transporting prostitutes. Each one carries a sentence max of 10 years. But we won't know anything until he gets sentenced. But he's not getting RICO. He's not getting human trafficking or any of the big charges. Robert, Portland was a hopping place at one time. I've had a lot of hooligans tell me that. Steve S. Portland was allowed by the government as an experiment. They stopped prosecuting drug crimes there to tempt all junkies to move there so the government can contain the problem. It worked, but outgrew the city. Yeah, and they undid all that stuff. We covered a story, I want to say like in January or February, talking about how Portland voted to undo the decriminalization of all drugs. So it's not that way anymore. I don't know if it's in effect yet, but drugs are going to be illegal again in Portland if it's not already like that. In all of Oregon. I believe it's all of Oregon. What's up, Christopher? Happy freedom to you. Snooks, you didn't see them in the chat? Guess some. I'm not going to read that out loud, but that's hilarious. Hey, thank you for being here, Dan. Enjoy the rest of your day. Picture Dad, did you catch the lefties ramming the ice truck in Detroit? No, I did not see that. Rolling Pony, I'm cooking a whole chicken in a large crock pot. It smells so good. It sounds good. What's up, Dusto? Happy freedom. Dusto, I lived in Portland for years. I moved out of the state to get away from the meth heads. Yeah, I believe it. Hopefully one day they'll clean it up, just like California. New York, California, Oregon, Washington State, they all need like reform really bad. Magic Moon is the female teams. Why didn't I think of female soccer players? Why is that? Is that like the WNBA? Do people not really watch female soccer teams just like they don't watch female basketball? Weird. Meta, do you know what happened to the Antifa live streamer who got hit in the head in Portland? Boop Troop. As far as I know, Boop Troop is okay. We were live. He got smoked in the head. We think one of his comrades threw something against the building. It ricocheted, smoked him in the head. He went to the hospital after everybody got done fingering his scalp, taking turns. You know, my germs, they were all doing that. But the next day he was posting about how Trump sucks and stuff. So I figured he was fine. I wanted to reach out to him and be like, hey, you all right, man? Like, you were kind of just standing there. You weren't really doing anything. And then you got smoked in the noggin. We, kind of wondering if you're all right. But he just thinks that, I'm some right-wing piece of shit or something like that, some fucking Nazi or whatever they want to say. They were calling me a chud that night that we were covering them. So I figured it wouldn't be okay for me to reach out to them. But I wanted to. I wanted to reach out to Boop Troop and see if he was okay. I don't want people getting hurt, you know. And like I said, he wasn't doing anything. It's not like he was throwing rocks and bricks and shit. He wasn't going up there and spray painting the building. He wasn't even trespassing. He had just said, he was like, don't let me cross the sidewalk because I've never been arrested and I don't want to start now. And like 4 minutes later, he got smoked in the head. And so I was like, you know, he wasn't fucking up. He didn't deserve to get smoked in the head. He was just there. So I kind of felt bad that happened. But yeah, I didn't think it would be okay for me to reach out to him just because, you know, he's kind of a political extremist to a certain degree. He's involved with them. So I don't know, but he was posting about, you know, Trump sucks or whatever. So I assume he's okay. What the hell is this, Get Some? This is a road I will never live on. Look at that. Look at that. It's none but Democrats on that street. It's rough stuff. That's rough. Guess WNBA is having a bigger draw than the NBA? What do you mean? That's fake news. All right, hooligans, it looks like we're good to go. We're going to get into the fun stuff here. Zero, it's always okay to ask if someone's okay. Nah, not exactly. Not exactly. Antifa and them are extremists, and Boop Troop's a part of that group. Now, he might not have been doing anything bad right there on camera, but me reaching out to him and trying to be cool, what would that look like for him to be communicating with me to his comrades? Right? We see these lefties eating each other all the time. People find out that he was being buddies with me by, you know, thanks for checking in or doing any of that shit. His comrades, they eat him alive. It's up to him to, regardless of how he feels, to never associate with somebody like me, somebody who's not Antifa, somebody that's not an extremist. He would never be okay to associate with me, especially being somebody from Portland and over in that area and shit, which I think he's actually from Eugene, but whatever. He's from that area. So regardless of his feelings, I think that me reaching out to him would only open the doorway for all of us to be attacked, to have them stalk us and try and dox us and all this other shit. And so I figured it was better just to check on him, make sure he's okay in silence, and then just move forward. If he wasn't okay, then maybe we would get more involved and be like, hey, we saw the whole thing happen. We know you weren't fucking up, you know, whatever. But whatever is whatever. Either way, we're going to go ahead and get into the fun stuff here. I do got this person's channel pulled up. I think we are going to raid them, but we got to do the fun stuff first. Like I said, we're going to be opening today's door of the advent calendar sent to us by Zero, and we got our 2 funny videos of the day. But before we get into this, I want to remind you, hooligans, if you would like to support the live to keep us running, you're welcome to use the links in the description in order to send donations. You can do that by using PayPal, Cash App, Stripe, Zelle, Venmo, Locals, Buy Me a Coffee, or you can even send crypto. Let's see what we get today. I'm super excited. Whoa. Today is day 19 in our advent calendar here. Getting down to it because we only got 24 days. We got 25 days, actually. Let's see. Day 19. What do you think we're going to get, Klaus Daniels? Klaus Daniels, are you all right? Are you all right? You lazy. You lazy. Give me, these are my toes. These are my toes. What are you talking about? Damn cat. Damn cat doing cat stuff. Here, you hold this. You hold that for me. You a good boy. You a good boy. I think we got a full booster pack here. Yes, we do. Twilight Masquerade. I don't think we've got one of these yet. Oh. This is the pack that we're going to open here. Let's see what we get. Feels thick. I wonder if we're going to get another EX card. That'd be badass. Oh, Klaus Daniels over there. Like a trash panda. That's Raccoon Klaus. Alright, I'm going to show you guys the rares. Here, you hold this too. Yeah, you're a good boy. There you go. That's for you. Sharon is Karen, you hooligans. I'll show you guys the rares. Let's see, let's see. Alright, alright. Let's pull it up like this. We got Ambi Palm. It's a reverse foil. You can't really tell on the camera, but it is. I don't know why the camera will not focus on these cards. I don't know why it's like that. Either way. First rare there. Then we got Heatran, another reverse foil. I don't know why it can't. It's a foil, I swear to God it is. I don't know why the camera is so shit right now. And then our actual rare here, this is regular foil. This is Okie Doggy. I don't know if I'm saying these right. I don't know the new Pokemon. And that means I don't have any of these guys, so they will be a nice addition to the collection. Thank you so much, Zero. I really appreciate you. So cool. Really getting the collection going here. We're going to get into our funny videos of the day. Let me get this pulled up real quick. Like, are you rioting? You want to sit down for a second? Jesus loves this. Over here tearing his tower up. That's what I said. Anyways, stupid. This is our first funny video of the day. This is titled Trump Giving Illegals the Hard Truth.
It's pretty funny. Well, I think it's funny, at least. All the illegals, they still think we're stuck with them? No, no, no. You're about to be stuck in here with us. Clock is ticking. Could be a soft tick, could be a loud one, hard to say. A word of advice, though, I'd scream if I were you. Skedaddle. Vamoose, leave while you still can. Alligator Alcatraz is just the beginning. Next up is Shark Shawshank. Sharks, very dangerous, not the most reasonable of beasts. Some of you have seen the Discovery Channel and know what I'm talking about. Shark Week, very exciting. We'll live stream escape attempts, justice and economic stimulus in one. Rikers with grizzly bears is an option as well. We could use a snappier name, but the concept is strong to very strong in a big way, quite frankly. It's pretty funny. Well, I think it's.
President Trump smoking him at the gate. Good stuff. Let's go ahead and get into our official funny video of the day. Now, this was provided by Kodiak. Oh, yeah, now I remember. This is titled Damn Assault Squirrels.
If he's somewhere with an acorn. Ow! Fucker, back me! You little bastard! Hey, fucker, get off me! He's attacking me. I'm gonna kill him right now. He's just freaking attacking me. I'm killing him. Let's get here. Shoot the daggum thing. No, stay.
Holy. Those damn assault squirrels. Nobody's safe. Even the beagle was getting tuned up by the squirrel. Crazy. Either way, that is all the coffee I had for you guys today. I'm going to grab this Linktree link really quick. We're going to drop it in the chats. We're going to read through. We got the Pledge of Allegiance coming up. And then after that, we're doing our raid over on Rumble. It's ironic how Klaus just wakes up in time for the treats. Alright, hooligans, there is the Linktree link where all of my links are listed. So if you'd like to make donations, join membership programs, or purchase any merch, would really appreciate it. All of your guys' contributions keep us running every day except for Sunday, because we got to have a day to recharge those batteries. Definitely go join Discord. Discord is our free hooligan community. It's the best way to be notified every single time we go live. The hooligans are there keeping the conversation going 24/7, and we have 2 news boards to keep you up to date with everything going on around the world. So definitely go join Discord. If you're feeling real saucy, go join jeffmaclive.com. Over on the website, it is the best way to experience a live. Our built-in chat has more ability than any other platform. You can post memes and GIFs and custom emojis and links and all kinds of stuff right there while watching the live. You will also have access to Hooligans Alley, which is our private social media area. You'll have access to the forums, the arcade, and our advanced messaging system with the built-in group chats. So definitely go get yourself a membership for jeffmaclive.com. It's the home of the hooligans. We're going to read through, and like I said, we got the pledge coming up, and we're going to be doing a raid over on Rumble. I think we are going to raid Crazy Dude. We'll see how this goes. I don't understand why they only have 2 people in their chat. They've only been live for 23 minutes, so they should be staying live. Either way, we're going to check them out in a second, but first we're reading through and we got the pledge. Hair juicer, you fucked with the squirrels, Morty. I know. That squirrel meant business. I don't know if Hillary Clinton sent that squirrel or what, but it was attacking everybody. Russell had flying squirrels. They were cool. I don't know. That one had an attitude problem. I like how he went to kick the squirrel but wasn't able to because he was going to kick the dog. You could see like the gears turning in his head. Thank you, Pumpkin. You're the bestest. This'll hope it didn't have rabies. Yeah, absolutely. Sage Pup, attack squirrel activated. I've never even seen that before. Picture Dad admitted I would have freaked out too. I mean, what can you do? It's so fast. You gotta stop, drop, and roll like it's a fire. You guys, sharks with freaking lasers strapped to their head. A little Austin Powers recap there. Appreciate you, Tool Decure. Thank you for being with us. Cast the foil reflection. Yeah, it could be. I don't know. The camera is supposed to do autofocus, but it doesn't. It doesn't autofocus. Not with the Pokemon cards. Dusto, that's what she said. Nah, I missed it. Beck Frank, Boop getting smoked was the first time in Jeff's chat. I'll cherish that memory forever. You're awesome. There's a lot of us hooligans that have memories like that. We've been doing this a long time. We were there when Kyle smoked that one guy, blew his arm to pieces. Never forget that. All kinds of crazy stuff. Thank you, Bill Clay. I appreciate you being with us. Also, you hooligans, before we raid out and all of that, I want you to know over on Rumble in your account, there is a way for you to turn off automatic raids. And you can opt out of raids. So when we go do a raid, you're not automatically sent to another channel. I don't know exactly where it is, but I was looking at Rumble Rick making posts on X. He brought it up. There was a hooligan I was talking with yesterday about it. I can't remember who it was. But if you don't want to automatically be sent to someone else's channel, there is settings in your account to where you can opt out of automatic raids. I just want you guys to know that before we get to that point. Oh, Dusto, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that is what she said. You're right. Magic Moon USA just scored a goal. Hell yeah. That's right. That's right. Even if it is female soccer. What's up, Contempt? Happy freedom to you. When Kyle blew that guy's arm to pieces, I thought the whole of Twitch was going to get banned, much less the channels. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised we didn't. We were fine on Twitch. I'm trying to think what happened. We got in trouble somewhere, but not. I think we did get in trouble on Twitch, but we did not get in trouble on YouTube because YouTube didn't realize what we were looking at. I'm pretty sure that video is still there, but either way. What's up, Sven? Happy freedom. What's up, Jeffrey Allen? Happy freedom to you. Run away? I don't know if you could run away from the damn squirrel. Dale, he wanted them nuts. He wanted something. Happy freedom to you, Dale. Damn assault squirrels. We got to ban those. They're dangerous. Snooks. Oh, yeah, we are going to be covering a Trump rally tomorrow. What day is tomorrow? Thursday? Tomorrow at like 7:30 or something like that, President Trump is supposed to be holding a rally. We are going to be covering it. It will probably be with Coffee with Hooligans. We'll see how it goes because like right now it's 8 o'clock. We've kind of been getting done about 8 o'clock every day this week. President Trump is never on time for these rallies. He's supposed to be there 7 or 7:30, which means he probably won't be on stage till 8:30, 9 o'clock. So we'll see how it goes. But either way, I do have intentions of covering that tomorrow. 0. Oh, that was a different time we got in trouble. I've had like 12 strikes on YouTube. We just space them out enough to where I don't get banned. I haven't had a strike on YouTube since they demonetized me, though. So apparently they only care about your content if you make money. Otherwise, you can say whatever you want. That doesn't make any sense, but you know, it is YouTube. Commies will be commies. What's up, Nomad? Happy freedom to you. What's up, Miss Gen X? Happy freedom to you. All right, hooligans. It's that time once again. We're going to do the pledge, and we're going to do a raid. All right, hooligans, please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, we did the thing. It is that time. We are going to do the raid. I think we are going to raid Crazy Dude. I don't know if they're new or what, but their numbers are low, and so we should increase that for them, right? This is who we are raiding right here. I'm not sure what they're talking about. Let me see. Let's get this pulled up and get things rolling.
Lots of water. Stay hydrated. Thank you.
Wiggle,
came out good.
Wiggle, Ash. Wiggle, wiggle.
Wiggle, wiggle.
Wiggle, wiggle, Ashley on.
Stay hydrated. All right. Came out good. Here. You're sick. All right.
Good night.
Now, yeah, in about an hour or so. I didn't say right now. I said an hour or so. Jesus
Ooh,
Christ.
if you all want a
Four.
good series that Yankee and I actually started watching, how many seasons is it? 3 seasons?
4.
I think you said there was 3.
Okay, 3 seasons. It's on Max. It's called The Gilded Age. It's a great series. It's a great show. I am hooked.
Really?
Yes, it's called The Gilded Age.
The Gilded Age. Oh, it looks. Excuse me. TV series. Looks very old-timey. 8 out of 10 out of IMDb. I don't think I've seen this. This is a series from 2022, right?
Yes.
Ooh.
Okay, so apparently they don't give a shit that we're raiding them, which, whatever, we'll never do that again. But apparently they have their chat set to premium only, and I do not know why people do that. I like have no idea why they do that. So if you're not a premium Rumble hooligan, right, like you don't pay for the Rumble platform itself, not being a part of the membership program, but paying for Rumble Premium, apparently you can't go into their chat. I have no idea why people are doing that. That explains why they only had 2 people watching them. It's unfortunate. They must be live in other places, because I tell you what, 1, I wouldn't go live if there was only 2 people watching, and 2, if there was only 2 people watching, I'd make a huge fucking deal if somebody rated me. So anyways, you hooligans are fantastic. Thank you for putting in effort to do the raid there. We're going to read through really quick, and we are wrapping this up, but we will be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time, for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Hey, thank you for being here with us, Larry. Yeah, Zero, they're premium only. I don't know why people do that, but whatever. We tried to make it cool. That's all right. Not everybody will receive us hooligans for as great as we are. Tomorrow at 7:30, Snooks. Thank you for reminding me there. Plasquack. Yeah, I know. Cat Dog is doing God of War. I was going to raid Cat Dog, and somebody suggested Crazy Dude, but that just didn't work out. That's okay. You know, these things happen. Maybe we'll do Cat Dog tomorrow. Crick Kiss forced buy-ins. Yeah, I just don't understand why they're doing that. Like, why would you make your chat have to pay for Rumble Premium just to come hang out with you? Because paying for Rumble Premium doesn't do anything for creators. You're paying so you don't have to watch ads. That doesn't have anything to do with creators. So I don't get that. I don't know why they did that, but you know, whatever's whatever. Thank you so much, Patriot Dad, for that $1 donation over on Rumble. Really appreciate you, Patriot Dad. Thank you so much. Says, always great spending my wind down time after work with you hooligans. I've got some work at home. Have a great night, friends. Appreciate you, Patriot Dad. Enjoy the rest of your night, and thank you for being with us. Yeah, thank you for letting me know, Cass. I saw you over there. I appreciate you. Thank you, Pag. Appreciate you being with us. Thank you, Meta. Thank you, Magic Moon. Appreciate you, Tony Rich. Thank you, Southern Eagleman. What's up, Crazy Times? Happy freedom to you. Thank you for joining us. Teasel snobs. I don't know if they were snobs, but they didn't care about us rating them. What's up, Lion's Heart? Happy freedom to you. Hey, I appreciate you, Jim, and enjoy the rest of your day. Ms. Gen X, yeah, the damn commie tube. It is what it is. All right, hooligans, it looks like we are good to go. Like I said, we will be live again tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. And then we also have a Trump rally tomorrow that we are going to be covering. It either will be with Coffee with Hooligans or it won't be. It depends on how late President Trump is. Or maybe it won't be. Maybe it'll be right on time. You never know. You never know. Either way, I appreciate all of you guys being here. Thank you for helping me cover the news. And thank you for helping me make the news suck a little less. I appreciate all of you guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Go find some good food. I'm going to try and do the same, but make your way back to us tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern time for the very next Coffee with Hooligans. Huge shout out to everyone that made donations, joined the membership programs, or purchased any merch. I really appreciate all of you hooligans, and I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much for all your support, and I'll see you on the next live. Until then, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap.